down, chop it bend down, make 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 it bend down. Turn this down. Okay. Make it bend down, make it bend down, make it bend down, make it bend down. See, for the best one. I go sing to the Lord for the best one. I go dance a song like for the best one. If you know how to dance, make it bend down, 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 make it bend down. See, for the best too. We go dance as we like for the best too. We go praise our God for the best too. If you know how to dance, make it bend down, 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 make it bend down. Make it bend down, 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 make it bend down. Everybody, I go balling, I go balling, somebody go balling, what you go balling, Uncle go balling, what you go balling, make we go balling, she be go balling, oh me I go balling, make we go balling, what you go balling, what you. The dancing preacher, the dancing preacher. Uncle Paul, the dancing preacher. Uncle Paul, our dancing preacher. Our dancing preacher. Hello. Hey, Thunder Scorpion. I see you. How are you? I think I sent you. I must have sent a message. I think I did. Yeah. I definitely did. Okay. Right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hey. Right. So let's see. Let's see a couple more of the dance moves. So that's him and his son. Him and his son dancing. That's him and his son busting out the moves. They're dancing. Hey, like goodness. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong in dancing, but for people who have told us that most of these things were a sin, and today it's like their gospel has changed. Their gospel has changed.
I took my fiance.
No. Hold on. Okay, let's see some more of his dancing videos. Look at him. Hey, there are some of them. The man will wear these pointy shoes. Pointy shoes, and the thing will be pointing into the. I don't know how he does it. Wow, dance. Look at the dance moves. I don't know why today is Sunday. I bet today he must have been doing these nonsense moves again. He must have been doing it again today.
Okay, guys, this man's fashion is something that I do not understand. You got it, you responded. Okay, cool. I will respond shortly. This man's fashion, I do not understand it at all. How are we wearing an orange suit and orange shoes? I mean, tell me, which one of you, which one of you can dress, gentlemen, please, the gentlemen in the house, please let us know. Do you guys look at Paul Enenche and think, wow? Hey Anouk, how are you? Do you guys look at him and think, wow, what a suit? I want to have that for myself. I'm just asking because it doesn't make sense. And I don't know why you always have to be so long. I can't deal with this. I'm sorry. It's too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about the man, Dr. Paul Enenche. The man who gave up. Today's session is personal. I was his member for 6 years. Oh, you cataleping. Okay, all right. I hope I will do you some justice. I hope I do you some justice here because, guys, as far as I am concerned, he is one of the dangerous ones. This man is one of the dangerous ones. He cannot take criticism. This man cannot handle criticism. And how do you go from being a doctor to being a preacher? How does that work? A lot of these pastors that we have in our part of the world, they were mathematicians, they were engineers, professors, and they give up talking about God called me. What? God called you from your job that is beneficial to your community, and God says, leave that alone and go and become a scammer. Leave that alone and go and become a scammer. Eh? Hey, why are you laughing? Hey is laughing. Hey, you don't know. Why not go and get yourself a husband and stop wasting time on TikTok? They want me to go and get a husband. Okay, the person who is saying I should go and get a husband, do you think you can get me one? Get me one then. I mean, since we just be picking husbands. I want 5, just so you know. 5. I want 5 husbands. Can we do that? Can you arrange 5 for me? Actually, I think 7 would be good. 7 husbands would be good. Husband for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, no, 5 will be okay. 5 will be okay. I think 5 is okay. So I can have a break on Saturday and Sunday. You see, we can get some rest. But please find me 5 since. Hey, thank you, Queen K. Thank you. Okay, so hello everybody on YouTube. Mojo, how are you? Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. So I want to start by, give me a minute, playlist. Okay, my playlist. Let's see. Just give me a minute. Oh yeah, it's right here. Right, it's right here. Let's see. No. That's not the one I want. How do I? No. That's not. Sorry, give me a second, guys. Just trying to check something. Okay, so guys, I want to start with how this man became a preacher. There is one video where he talks about how he became a preacher, and I find it highly disturbing. No, it's not this one. Oh, where is that video? Just give me a minute. I don't think I've put it somewhere now. So it says one video is hidden. These people have started hiding videos. They have started hiding videos. Okay, this is not the video I want. Okay, but I will come back to this one. Just give me a minute. Let's see. I hope I find it. Because sometimes some people might have. Yeah, I found it. Okay, guys, I want you to listen to this guy and what he's about to say, okay? Hey, Ayokune, good to see you. More money, they church business than their professions. Okay, that's the reason why they give up. Anyway, I want you to listen to Paul. The guy's story does not make sense at all. Paul's story does not make sense. Paul Enenche, I don't know why, well, they call him doctor. But after watching this video, we have to really start asking, why is he, anyway, maybe because he went to school. So, but okay, let's see.
Welcome to the program, Senior Pastor Paul Enenche from Dunamis International Gospel Centre in Abuja, Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Reverend Yuha. Happy to be with you today on set.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Now, your ministry is very interesting, what the Holy Spirit is doing and has been doing with you. Since 1996, this church that you are pastoring has grown like a mushroom, even more so.
Amen.
So tell us a little bit about your background and what led into this huge growth.
Wow. I want to first appreciate God for the privilege of being here and being on this program. My background is one of, I am born into a family with my mother giving birth to 6 children of us. My mother had an encounter with Jesus in the year of 58, where she saw the revelation of Jesus Christ, and Jesus instructed her to hold tightly to him, and that in so doing, he was going to bless her in very great ways. So she brought her children up in very.
The lies have already started. Paul said his mother in 1958 had an encounter with Jesus, and Jesus told his mother, if you hold on to me, I will bless you abundantly. I will bless you, bless you, bless you. And so that's where it all starts. She's calling out the lines and speaking. Never mind, just ignore those fools in there. Just ignore those fools. Please ignore those fools. Ignore them. Okay.
Serious dedication and devotion to God. Although along the line we, like children, you just try to misroad a little bit, but came back to the Lord full force. And that was how it was until I went into the medical school. But something happened as I got into the medical school. I got into the medical school and my passion became stronger than just being a doctor. For example, when we did anatomy, with anatomy and so on. When you saw a sick person,
yes,
you wanted to do something far beyond just medicine. I remember many times I was so helpless concerning the state of sick people. I remember I would be sleepless when I got home. I remember when we were doing ward rounds, when you come back when you do rounds in the clinic, and every time I noticed that a particular patient died over the weekend, for example, and I was wondering how I could feel like this and practice medicine. I was too emotional. I was too attached to the sick. I knew that it wasn't possible for me to continue like that and survive medicine. So that was what
this man is telling us already, why he gave up medicine. You see how he's telling you the reason why he gave up medicine. Please do not be fooled by the rubbish stories that these people tell you and say, oh, God called me, God told me to leave medicine and go and start a church. No. Dan Bichi, hey, good to see you. Essay Billions is insulting herself. Okay, Essay. Okay, so you heard the man, right? He was too emotional as a doctor. He could not take the it was bigger than him. What a sensible person will do is take a back seat, just step away for a little while, consult with some people, have a conversation. Look, I am struggling, and maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe it's dentistry. Maybe it's ophthalmology. Maybe it's something else. Maybe, but this one, you are going to hear, it's not going to make sense at all. From here now, it's not going to make sense. But he's saying the reason why he gave up, no, well, he's not telling you the reason why. He's just saying when he went to medical school that, it was too much for him just watching people. Look, as a doctor, you will have to be immune. You still have empathy, but you would have to be immune to a lot of conditions, a lot of the plight of the people. As a doctor, unfortunately, it's just what it is. It's the profession. This is one of the reasons why they get paid a lot of money, because what they do is intense.
Noticed that a particular patient died over the weekend, for example, and I was wondering how I could feel like this and practice medicine. I was too emotional. I was too attached to the sick. I knew that it wasn't possible for me to continue like that and survive medicine. So that was what happened. And I began to cry out to God for his help. And then I began to see the sick healed as a medical student. So those were the kind of things that shaped me before entering into ministry.
Yeah, and so you entered into the full-time ministry together with your wife,
with my wife,
who's also a medical doctor.
Who is also a medical doctor. My wife is a medical doctor. My wife's father is a medical professor. Okay, so we came to a junction where I just felt, look.
Did you, after the school, did you practice your...
Briefly, like 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Like 2 years.
And then in 1996...
At the same time.
Okay. Sure, you guys heard that, right? Paul Enenche only practiced for 2 years. Did you guys hear that? Do you want me to take it back so you can hear? This medical doctor only practiced for 2 years. Hey, Niger Atheist, good to see you. So can we call him a medical doctor then if he only practiced for 2 years? Was banned? Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. I've avoided a lot of bans recently. Guys, a preacher that lied with crutches. We are going to look at some of his crutches lies. Hey, Juad says, I'm going to ignore the fools. Okay. All right, Juad. Hercules says, Lamba, that they can lie. These people, hey, they listen, they lie. You. Paul Enenche said he only did 2 years of studies. 2 years. If someone does 2 years of the medical profession, can you say that the person is a medical doctor? Hello, EVA. EVA, how are you? We're doing, what's his name? What's his face? This guy. A deep dive into our dear friend, Enenche. Why are people crying in my comment section? Why are these people coming to cry in my comment section? What is wrong with you people? Huh? Let's talk about your Dr. Paul. So, a medical doctor, you can hear his struggles. Let me play it again. Please listen to the struggles this man had. Okay? Some of you are medical doctors, right? Some of you are medical doctors and you can relate with his struggle. But for him to turn around and say, God, after 2 years of ministry work, God called 2 years of working as a doctor, something happened. Well, we will see. Esa man, yeah, they be scam, all of them. Hey, Suzanne, good to see you. Six years in medical school and 2 years of practice. Yeah, I get it. But only 2 years of practice. Only 2 years of practice.
A family with my mother giving birth to 6 children of us. My mother had an encounter with Jesus in the year of 58, where she saw the revelation of Jesus Christ, and Jesus instructed her to hold tightly to him, and that in so doing, he was going to bless her in very great ways. So she brought her children up in very serious dedication and devotion to God. Although along the line we, like children, you just try to misroad a little bit, but came back to the Lord full force. And that was how it was until I went into the medical school. But something happened as I got into the medical school. I got into the medical school and my passion became stronger than just being a doctor. For example, when we did anatomy, we did anatomy with anatomy and so on. When you saw a sick person,
yes,
you wanted to do something far beyond just medicine. I remember
when you studied anatomy. Okay. So while you're studying the body functions, then you see a sick person, and then you want to do something far more than medicine. Paul Enenche, let me break down what you are trying to say. What Paul Enenche is trying to say is that he wanted to run from the prophet. He wanted to flee when he saw bodies, when he saw this is how, the guy said, what? Hey, what have I got myself in? What have I got myself in for? You see, guys, when your preachers are talking, please, it's not what they are saying that matters. It is what they are not saying. You need to start listening properly. You need to start really tuning in. What are they not saying? When they are lying, you already know. The guy is looking away. He can't even look Look, he cannot look at the man questioning him one-to-one and face-to-face. Look, let me take it back. Just see how his eyes are darting everywhere when it is time to answer the questions. You can tell.
Like children, you just try to misroad a little bit, but came back to the Lord full force. And that was how it was until I went into the medical school. But something happened as I got into the medical school. I got into the medical school and my passion became stronger than just being a doctor. For example, when we did anatomy, we did anatomy with anatomy and so on. When you saw a sick person,
yes,
he said his passion became stronger than just being a doctor. So, Uncle Paul, are you saying that your pastor job is now greater than a doctor? Hey, okay. This guy is saying that, hey, Chandler's, this guy is saying that doctor work, that the pastor is greater than, hey, they have these people have lied for so long.
To do something far beyond just medicine. I remember many times I was so helpless concerning the state of sick people. I remember I would be sleepless when I got home. I remember when we were doing ward rounds, when you come back on, when you do rounds in the clinic, and every time I noticed that a particular patient died over the weekend, for example, and I was wondering how I could feel like this and practice medicine. I was too emotional. I was too attached to the sick. I knew that it wasn't possible for me to continue like that and survive medicine. So that was what happened. And I began to cry out to God for his help. And then I began to see the sick healed as a medical student. So
he was doing the medicine and he could not survive. He was wondering how he is going to survive doing medicine. My people, this guy was looking for an out. This guy was looking for something to, he needed to leave that profession. It was not for him. It was not for him. It's just that simple. It is that simple. It's crazy.
Those were the kind of things that shaped me before entering into ministry.
Yeah, and so you entered into the full-time ministry together with your wife,
with my wife,
who's also a medical doctor.
Who is also a medical doctor. My wife is a medical doctor. My wife's father is a medical professor. Okay, so we came to a junction where I just felt, look.
Did you, after the school, did you practice your
briefly, like 2 years?
Yeah, okay.
Like 2 years.
And then in 1996,
and the same 96, November of 96, the church started on the 10th of November.
And it was.
Hello, EVA. EVA.
Hi.
Hello, my lady. How are you?
I'm okay. What's up? Good evening.
Hey, good evening. You listen, my darling. You're amazing. The work that you do, you are amazing.
I said today I must join you.
Yes, we need you here. Hey, Shandala Baba Shakalaba. Hey, today's Sunday. Have you gone to praise the Lord?
Not on I go fire the Lord.
She said the thunder go fire the Lord. Okay.
Did he praise me today? As he praised me, that we praising you.
That's not how it works.
Oh.
That's not how it works. He doesn't praise you. He created you after all. So you have to praise him always.
And I say no.
Okay, all right then. Well, you're going to you have to face the judgment, right?
You can bring it on whenever it's ready.
All right then. I mean, what can I say? And guys, you heard it though. You guys know that all of this that she's saying will be played back on the big screen on Judgment Day. Anyway, so just give me a few minutes. Let me introduce this man's so-called ministry and whatever the fuck this guy says he's doing over here. Yeah?
Sure.
All right, my darling. Thank you. All right, so let's continue.
We were 53 people on the day we started, and the power of God was tangible and the word of God was heavy. So it just kept growing. By the time we were 1 year old, we were over 600 to close to 900 people in the church. The first year anniversary, and then it continued.
And today?
Today,
you don't even know how many.
No, today I even hate to give specific figures because at times I feel like it's a limitation. It's like saying you have arrived. But in summary, we have a church based in Abuja, and we run 5 services every Sunday morning.
It's tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yes.
Now, the base in Abuja, apart from the church I pastor, we have satellite harvest centers within the same city, close to 60 locations.
FMZ.
That's in addition to the mother church.
In addition to the mother church, that run some 2, 3, 4, 5 services like that. When you come, you will see that. And so when we pull together, the last time in 2007, we pulled together at the Abuja Stadium, and it was overwhelmed. You see, so that's how it is.
And not only that, you have a heart for Israel,
yes.
Like especially the people in Nigeria in the southern hemisphere, they do have.
Yes.
Would you please describe a little bit your relationship with Israel? Because we are taping this program now when we have the International Christian Feast of Tabernacles here in Jerusalem, set up by ICJ, Christian Embassy. So, and you are one of the speakers. By the way, thank you for your sharing. So, how would you describe your relationship and your heart concerning Israel?
I can speak for myself, speak for our church.
Paul Enenche, you have a heart for Israel, Abi? Okay. The one for Nigeria, you haven't finished that one yet. Now, all right, you're about to tell us what his heart for Israel. Okay.
And speak actually for the nation of Nigeria. The passion in the heart of Nigerians for Israel is intense. Mother came to Israel not long ago.
Yes.
She came to Israel not long ago. She came in July. This is September.
Yes.
And she came and was not willing to go back home. She wasn't willing to go back home, actually. She came and she was 77 years old, heading towards 80. And she felt like...
Wait, who is he talking about? Wait, hold on. Who is this person he's talking about? I didn't quite catch it.
Part of Nigerians for Israel is intense. Mother came to Israel not long ago.
Oh, his mother.
She came to Israel not long ago. And she came in July. This is September.
Yes.
And she came and was not willing to go back home.
Listening.
She wasn't willing to go back home, actually. She came and she was 77 years old, heading towards 80. And she felt like, how could I come to this holy land and return back to a filthy world? She was saying she had so much.
Oh, no. Did you guys hear that? His mom went to Israel. And the mom said, how can I leave this holy land and return to a filthy world? Enenche. So
this is a problem. This is a very big problem that we are seeing on this continent, where African people will be seeing other people's lands as holy, and they would even degrade their own land. And you wonder why the continent is not moving forward when a group of people don't even rate the place that they came from. So why would they even want to settle down and want to build this place that they are from? Not to even talk about how the heaven one affects it as well. I mean, it's the same thing. But why would these people want to settle down and care about Africa, care about Nigeria or Ghana, wherever they are from, and build these places, get them up to the standard that they actually need, that they are craving, that they desire, that they deserve, right? When they don't think where they are from is holy. They don't think where they are from is watered down. And it's crazy because it's Africa, right? We are from a place that is so rich with resources, not only natural resources, but human resources, the minds of African people. It's endless what we can do on here, right? But African people don't think what they have here is watered down. It's Israel. Somewhere in is that place not somewhat of a desert that is dry? What is there?
You see, the thing is, right? This is not on those people, but our people, because you are taking.
I'm not even talking about the Israelis, right?
No, okay.
It's the African people, is the mindset that they have.
Yeah, but
and
if don't they realize that all the monies that they're taking is being pumped into that economy there. So that economy has all the resources that has come from all these various countries. Of course, the place will look nicer. Of course, the place will be a lot better than where this one is coming from. But now he's calling his own place, his mother, calling it filthy. This is an old video, but I'm going to resurrect this and do a video on this. Oh my God, that is just so frustrating. But anyway, let's hear the rest of it. I'm going to play that back because I like trouble. You hear him say, the filthy and this guy.
And speak actually for the nation of Nigeria. The passion in the heart of Nigerians for Israel is intense. My mother came to Israel not long ago.
Yes.
She came to Israel not long ago. She came in July. This is September.
Yes.
And she came and was not willing to go back home. She wasn't willing to go back home, actually. She came and she was 77 years old, heading towards 80. And she felt like, how could I come to this holy land and return back to a filthy world? She was saying she had so much encounter with God, and she had been dreaming of coming to the Holy Land since her youth, maybe 50-something years ago. So that's the average person in the country. When it is pilgrimage, I don't know which other country, maybe America, would come to Israel like Nigerians. They come en masse because of the
Nigerians. They come to Israel en masse. So your mother did not have encounters with God in Nigeria, because all your churches, all your so-called holy land, all your mountains and all those places, all your shrines and all the things. Oh, it was when your mother got to Israel, then your mother now started having all these many encounters. Now she didn't want to go back. You should have left her there now. You should have left her there so that she can have as many encounters as she wants. This is why I say, people, for those people that believe in this religion, you're just joking, because this one is, they're saying now that they had encounters when they went to Israel. So you think that you over there, you think, what are you people joking with over there? Meanwhile, in the Israel, where his mother is busy having encounter, these people don't believe in Jesus. So I don't know, how is your mother receiving encounters from Jesus when they don't believe in Jesus over there?
You see, it really does not make sense. It really does not make sense. It's funny and sad at the same time.
Oh man. Okay, let me quickly do this and then we can.
Heart of the people. We stand with Israel because we know our roots as Christians and as the people of God, that this is Israel is the root of Christianity and the root.
Oh, shut up. Oh, God damn.
How can Israel be the root of Christianity? The roots of Christianity is not tied to Christ. They don't believe in this Christ. People, like, it just doesn't add up. And then it's we Nigerians, which we? I mean, Nigerian, I don't even bloody agree with what those people are doing over there. When you factor in the G side, like, who is we? Don't rope me into that.
Man, and for people wondering who is speaking, this is Evie. I have interviewed her on my YouTube channel. At that time, you were Logic Over Feelings on TikTok, right?
It's still Logic Over Feelings.
On TikTok?
Yes.
But on YouTube, it is... What's the name of the channel on YouTube?
Evie Anita.
Evie Anita. So I will put the link to your YouTube channel. My goodness, guys, she does fantastic work. She's just here, quietly here, just, but she's a big YouTuber. Hey, these are the people. These are the people. These are the people that listen. When we say YouTubers, these are the YouTubers. Yes. Okay, I will put her links in the comments. In the comment section. But if anyone wants to find her on, of course, on TikTok, it's easy to just follow. Yeah, just give me a minute. But let's continue this video and then I'll...
Of the covenant of God with his people. So the passion is strong, and we are trusting God to do more, because it has been passion, but we want to translate it into practical ways in which we can reach out to the people of the land in any way possible.
Yes, it's wonderful. And you are also part of our ICEJ board in Nigeria.
That's right.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Paul Enenche, for this interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. great coming here and also being on set with you. Look forward to further relationship with you, the ICEJ, and also the nation of Israel.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So this was his interview in the interview in Israel. Okay, so you guys heard him. He gave up his he gave up medicine, right? Please, everyone, this is very important. Dr. Paul Enenche gave up medicine because he wanted to do more than medical doctors. Remember what he said? So now I am going to show you the more that he is now doing. Now you would tell me whether he should have just stayed as a doctor or if this is supposed to be better than whatever he left behind as a doctor. All right, let's have a look. Where did I put that video? Yes, it's this one. Okay. I don't know if you have seen this video before. Give me a minute. Okay.
Please forget that you are here with anybody else. Something drastic is about to happen to you. A drastic healing, a drastic miracle, a drastic deliverance, a drastic breakthrough, a drastic intervention. I see the gifts of babies, children being released, wedding gowns. Power of the Holy Ghost. Lift your hands and receive it now. In the name of Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, shut up. Oh, shake it. Yeah. Praise, take yourself. What a healing and deliverance service Sunday.
Sir, this is strange. This is Sister Ebere James. She said that at the course of the ministration, she felt this ring fell off between her two legs. And she's 49 years, trusting God to be settled down maritally. Physically.
My people, our medical doctor left the medical profession to come and help ladies get rings from their kwekus, from their kitty down there. This lady said the ring fell from her kitty. For Nigerians, it fell from her kwekus. Our doctor friend, Sena, this is where he wants to be, helping ladies to remove rings from their kwekus. Can you imagine this? Hey, Donny Knight. Hey, I love you too, Donny Knight. No, it's from the kwekus now. Can you not see the ring? Look at the dirty ring. Anyway, let's. Oh my God, I'm so.
This ring fell off between her two legs, and she's 49 years, trusting God to be settled down maritally. Physically, ask people around, did you own this ring? They say no.
It came from between her legs.
In between her two legs.
So the second declaration that he was making, I felt something just.
Are you just sitting and looking like that? Strange things are happening here. Strange things. Strange things. Strange things. We once prayed for a young lady before, and she.
The medical doctor is about to tell you. A man who spent, they said, 6 years doing medicine, and he only did 2 years of practice. He's about to tell you that, yes, this is possible. Rings can fall out of kwekuses down. He's about to tell you that they once prayed for a young lady before. We prayed for her, and she started push, and then a ring fell out of her kwekus. Medical doctor. Okay, listen.
He came under power and began to push like she was in labor and pushed out a ring physically.
So she asked the people around who owned this ring, and nobody could.
This has happened before.
Yes, sir.
In that one case, power. What came out, a push like she wanted to give birth to a child, was a ring. After that happened, she got married. Do you remember that young lady?
Listen, look at his wife.
Do you remember that?
Look at her.
That one, her case.
Look at. Hey. Becky. Guys, look at her response. Do you remember that lady? Becky, when this man goes down, you're going down with him because you have sat there. You have helped him to boost his lies. Both of you guys, I hope you know that his wife is a medical. She also was in the medical. 2 medical doctors gave up the medical profession to do this here. She was a medical doctor in the same school, and the 2 of them gave that up to come and scam Nigerians. Talking about ring fell from someone's vag. No, I'm just okay. Let's look at Becky's response.
Dr. Miss Enenche. You remember that young lady? That one, her case was. You remember her? Her case was so terrible that apart from not being married, she was literally more like an agent. This case is a bit different. She will go and look for a man and say, "I like you," and no matter who you are, she will bring you down.
So this is where we get to when marriage, marriage in religion, very important. So when people aren't married at the age of 40, it's demonic. It's a demonic spirit. There's a spirit husband. There is something. This lady who's come out with the ring now, she's 49. She's come out with this dirty ring, right? And now they're saying that it is this is the ring that is stopping her from getting married. All these adults believe this. I weep for my people. I weep for honestly, look at them. And look, can anybody here see his daughter? Look at this here, this one. You would think that this auntie here, who has been in the America and all over the world, what is her name? Deborah. Will look at the father and say, Daddy, maybe let's take it easy on some of these tales that we tell. But no. Anyway, I can see some people were trying to have a conversation with me. What have I done now? What have I done? Oh, sugar. I can't see the comments. Okay, now I see it. Now I see it. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Please, I would like to speak to people who disagree with us, if you know what I mean. Please. Otos Baba, are you for real? Are you for real? That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. They come and disturb your conversation. Okay, right. Let's see the rest of this.
If she every day, if she hasn't found a man in a day, she will go to the road and follow her. I need you. That's all. She remained in that condition until her deliverance. Power. And that girl that was almost like public commodity got married with children.
So she says she's also experiencing spiritual husband molestation. No man
don't want to come near her. Yes. Oh, Ivie, please, I'm going to need you to speak about this. She said she's experiencing spiritual husband molestation. Oh, yeah, Chineke. Spiritual husband molestation. Oh, my goodness. Hey, goodness gracious me. Please, can you say something? If you're spiritual husband molestation, ah.
You see, this spiritual husband wahala in this our country. Do you know there's actually a medical condition? Sorry, not a condition. Explanation for this what we consider spiritual husband. It's pretty similar to the sleep paralysis issue that people consider you are getting pressed by witches or evil spirits. You know of that one now?
Yes. I know about it.
How that one is actually nobody is getting pressed. These people are suffering from sleep paralysis. It's a similar thing with the spirit husband thing. There is I've forgotten what it's called. Let me see if I can quickly find it.
I don't know.
I don't know how to find that name now, but there is an explanation for it.
Wait.
Nobody is. There's no spirit husband.
Listen. So these people are trying to tell me that there is a spirit out there that looks at this woman and decides, let's go and molest. And these people want us to believe this. Ah, no, I can't.
And if you say you don't believe, you are the one with the problem.
No, because you are the Jezebel, you see.
Yes.
That we are the Jezebels. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. All right, let's finish this then. Wow. My goodness.
Mighty, see Mighty in the chat saying to you, Afro, that spiritual beings exist.
Okay, can he come up and prove that spiritual beings exist? I would love to hear from him.
My own thing with this, sorry, Afro.
It's okay, go on, my dear.
My own thing with the spiritual beings is, okay, let's say they actually even do exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that supposed to be my business as a physical being?
Exactly.
If the spiritual beings exist, they should be doing their spiritual things in the spiritual realm. While we in the physical realm,
we stay in our own realm.
Things. Like, why should we care about spiritual beings? If they do exist.
We physical beings, we don't know where spirit realm is. We don't go there. We don't disturb them there, right? We've got no clue, anything at all, right?
Exactly.
Now, these characters in that imaginary spiritual place, they can come and go as they want. They can come and molest our women as they want. They can come and impregnate women here as they want. They can come here and possess. They can come here and talk about spirit husband and spirit wives, succubus, incubus. They come and go as they please. They come and go and just act with impunity, right? How do you sit down there and accept that there are spirits? Who gives a shit if they are spirits? They should stay where they belong. We stay where we belong. Why would you accept? I'm saying, if there is a spirit place, you human beings, you people are just so comfortable in accepting bullshit. Even if a spirit, it's okay. Even if a spirit comes to my bedroom, I will tell it to kneel down there. Who the fuck do you think you are? Come here uninvited. Are you okay? Listen, by the time the spirit is, I will make it do my dishes. I'll make it go and wash. I'll make it. No, by the time that spirit is done, when it sees this address, the spirit will say, please, don't send me there. The fuck?
See, I would even argue that the reason why these people deal with spiritual beings so much is because they just can't not have them in their mouths. They're always talking about the spiritual beings. So why would the spiritual beings not even be looking for them? Because they're calling them. You keep calling on these things. You keep professing they exist. You keep saying and they do this, that, and the third. Why would they not look for you? Like me, I've never experienced any spiritual being in my life. I'm not looking for spiritual beings. I'm not calling on them.
Never.
I'm not talking about their existence. So
Hold on, please. Just 1 second. Let her finish. Tio, don't worry. I'll get to you. Just give me a minute, please. Let's just let her finish and then. Okay.
Okay, so let me just conclude. My point is, I would argue that they are calling these people, hence why they keep seeing them.
They're calling who?
They are calling on the spiritual beings, hence why they cannot stop seeing and experiencing them. Maybe if you leave the spiritual beings the fuck alone, they would leave you alone. How about that? Have they tried that method?
The bottom line is, only the people that believe in this BS experience the BS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never experienced any spiritual being.
You will never see an atheist talking about spirit husband. You will never see an atheist talking about, I was possessed by a demon. What the fuck? You will never see an atheist have an encounter with nonsense. But you see the Christians and the Muslims and other people, oh my goodness. It's as soon as you give your life to Christ,
problem.
As soon as you give your life to Christ, it's a package deal. You receive Jesus, you receive spirits. You receive evil spirit, you receive spirit husband, you receive spirit wife. All your problems just started as soon as you receive Jesus into your heart. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Anyway, let me finish this video and then we can hear.
Old men or married men. We are in the days of very strange happening. Stand up on your feet. Everybody stand up on your feet. Something is happening here. Something is happening here. Something is happening here. Something is happening here. Something is happening.
Look at this Becky. See, this Becky, this guy's wife, Enenche's wife, this Becky, please do not be fooled though by her. When you see their photos, she's there saying, she is devious. Now she's coming to buttress the lie. She's coming to add to her. The ring is Becky, shut up. These people, they've done this for a long time. And guys, in this center here, right? They are the Lord. This is the king and queen in this center. There is nobody in this place. They don't bond anyone well to come and tell Becky and her husband to come and critique any of them. They don't bond you well. Who the fuck do you think you are? They are the king and queen, the Lord and the madam of this place. So now they can just act with impunity. They can just misbehave.
Lift up your hands. Somebody say every covenant. Ring means covenant. Yes. Say every covenant.
Every covenant.
Every agreement. With the power of darkness. With the kingdom of darkness. That is working against my life. All you covenant. Demonic covenant. Occultic covenant. Witchcraft covenant. Spirit relationship covenant. Today is your end. By the blood of Jesus. All you covenant. You are broken. Now.
I'm tired of your prayers. Now, one last video I'm going to show you all, right? I'm going to show you this video, guys. So the ambassador,
you have this proof.
The ambassador to Israel visited Enenche's church because guys, Enenche has the biggest church. It is the biggest church in all of Nigeria right now. There are two churches set to overtake his church, or if they haven't already, the Ark and some. But as of now, he's got a 200-seater church. 200-seater. The roof alone of the church, the yellow plastic monstrosity. That I will show you guys. Let me show you what the thing looks like. That yellow monstrosity, they said it cost $8 million. So anybody that goes to this church, if you're in that church and you're going through poverty, just look above you. $8 million went into that. What a bloody waste of money. Right, let me see. Dunamis Church. Dunamis Church building. Right. Dunamis Church building. My goodness, you will see. Sorry, people on TikTok, it's hard to show these things. Hey, Ivie,
I'm here.
Did you know that one of Enenche's churches collapsed and people died?
Are you serious? When did this happen?
Let me play it for you now.
Meantime, the senior pastor of Dunamis Church International, Pastor Paul Enenche, has visited the scene of the collapsed Mission Ward branch of Dunamis Church International in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Pastor Enenche, addressing the gathering of members and sympathizers at the collapsed church building site, pledged major reforms in Dunamis construction projects going forward. The church building collapsed in the early hours of Tuesday morning while 5 pastors of the church were praying, killing the resident pastor, while 4 others escaped unhurt. Our correspondent Francis Ter, who interviewed the Council for the Regulation of Engineers, Koren, led by Terna Mom, said preliminary investigation indicates that the construction work lacks engineering design.
Yes.
Paul Enenche. People have died. Well, one at least died at the hands of Paul. Mr. I want to go and do more for the community. When you should have stayed as a medical doctor, helping people. Look at you now, you are unaliving people. Hey, did you hear that, Ivie? Structural, what? Something about the structure.
Yeah, I did. I heard it.
I bet this Paul, because he wants to have churches all over the place. We just start putting, just put brick on brick, brick, just put, oh, come on. And people don't.
So were the people, the families, were they compensated now? Any responsibility taken?
I don't know. This is a story that, for whatever reason, has gone quiet. Nobody says anything about this one.
Who interviewed the Council for the Regulation of Engineers, Koren, led by Terna Mom, said preliminary investigation indicates that the construction work lacks engineering design.
A saddening situation. Above all, everything that we have seen is the loss of a very, very precious life, very, very dedicated servant of the Lord. We feel the deepness of the loss for ourselves first, for his immediate family, of course, and the church he pastors, the body of Christ generally, and even the state as a whole. We feel very, 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 very saddened, and we trust that God will give all of us, including the family, the fortitude to bear the loss. As a ministry and as a commission, we employ all manner of due diligence in our procedures. And this we have done in several things we have done. But we believe that going forward, we are looking into in more detail the procedures and the everything, technical details of construction, and trusting the Lord that this kind of thing will be forestalled in the future.
It appears preliminary that it's a building that was not designed to carry this kind of roof. It appears the steel stanchions were introduced as a later thought. That is what we could see. We could see that there are openings in walls, and then foundation columns introduced later. That is what I'm seeing for now. But we'll have to ascertain that from the design drawings.
Meanwhile, the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, has also visited the collapsed building site and promised to look into the issue with a view of sending relief materials to the affected persons.
The church also died in Sunday at the spot. Yes, before this church was erected here, as you can see, there is no entrance to this church. And with the residents here, we keep coming over that this building that they are raising here, there is no pillar, nothing connecting the roof. And the pressure, I'm not an engineer anyway, but my layman understanding, the church is poorly erected. The building has collapsed. On the other building, destroying pole wires, also destroying houses.
The team is going to be put in place. I wanted to come and see things for myself. And then when I go back to office, I will try to see those who are affected so that we can bring some relief to them.
Hello. Hope you.
So how many pastors have had people die because of their greed? Because what's his name? The one that died. What's that man? TB Joshua had the same thing. They had, oh my goodness, just I tell you, these men are dangerous.
You see,
I have a
question.
Right. I have a question. Why did they say it's a loss if it is God that's called him? Like this guy is a pastor and God called him. Why is he now saying that is a loss, that he prayed that God should give them the fortitude to bear the loss? Why is it a loss when you believe that this person is going to a place that is better than here? And also he said that he prays that God would, I forgot how he phrased it exactly, but in the lines of praying that God would avoid or try to make sure this doesn't happen again. Where was this God when this one happened in the first place? If he could not prevent this one, is it the next one he will prevent? Yeah, the God never prevent anything. It doesn't prevent anything from happening. Like it is after the something something bad has happened, or after the damage has been done, that is when they go to the God. When left for prevention, the God doesn't prevent anything from happening. You see why Nigeria will always remain the same way it is?
Samuel.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Nigeria will not remain the same way it is. Nigeria is getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, you see,
it's getting worse.
I'm talking about the fact that it won't get better.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if this has happened somewhere else outside of Nigeria, let me use Europe or wherever, like in the Western culture, this man will be facing court case right now. How there's no Bible you put in place here. How can you have a building and the pillar, nothing is working, nothing is functioning there? Who is holding it for you? Are they angels holding the building for you? For you to even have the infantry to have a building as high as that, and you're coming out to just give a comment. Compensation is of no good to the family. You understand? Even if you're compensating them all the money you have made there, I mean, he should still go and face court case. Him, including his people who are working with him in this aspect. This is a pain. Anyway, we'll remain this way.
Let me very quickly, guys. Let me just show you the last video. Then we can have a conversation. Right. I will turn this around. You can see the Israeli ambassador came to Paul Enenche's church. You will hear what the man had to say. And this is why, guys, it needs to stop. Religion it has done its time. Enough is enough. Jesus is not saving anyone. I'm sorry. The Jesus religion has unalived more people than it has saved. And the sooner people realize this, the better. The sooner we realize it, the better.
Almighty, mighty God. Almighty, mighty God. Almighty, mighty God. Almighty, mighty.
From the tip overhead to the tip, there is 274 meters. That's 3 meters.
I mean, I wouldn't tell my children that, because my children would say, "What a waste! Why don't we turn it into football pitch?" That would be there.
Did you guys hear that? Paul and Becky, look at them dressed to the nines to show off their structure to the man, that to say, look, this is the building we have dedicated to the God of your country. The God of your country, Israel, that he's the ambassador to Israel here in Nigeria. They brought him here to come and look. The man said, this structure, when he gets back home, he will not tell his sons, because the boys will say, what a waste, that this should have been turned into 2 football pitches. Can you imagine?
And they went over their heads. They didn't.
No, did you not see Becky? That one, Becky. When I tell you this, Auntie Becky, just they laugh.
I wouldn't tell my children that, because my children would say, "What a waste! Why don't we turn it into football pitch?" That would be there. They'd be like, "It's clear out there. Can we come and play football? We'll put the goal there and the goal there."
Paul, this was the moment. It was at this moment that you should have buried your head in shame. It was at this moment you should have said, what the fuck? But you know what? They still carried on. Now they are there still doing fake miracles in that place. We will have a look at some of their fake miracles later on. But my goodness, people, this is religion. The man with the biggest church in all of Africa, turns out he's got one life at least. One life has been lost due to his negligence, due to his greed. Oh, man. Oh.
Nigeria is, I think the churches right now is about competition. That is why they always want to do more great than the other ones, and they always tax their pastors. Increase your workforce. Like if you used to fast 3 days before, now fast 5 days, fast 4 days. I experienced this when I was assisting my sister in Abuja, right? She goes to choosing, and whenever I do just follow her to church, what the pastor used to say that it is the order from the GO of the Lord's Choosing Charismatic Movement, and I think therefore one day maybe you will have to do that particular
the
one because
Lord's chosen.
Yeah, that is just the worst of them all. Like I have seen many fake pastors, but that guy Lazarus Moka is the worst of them all, right? So what they tax the pastors to
One
do.
second. People on YouTube, just give me Nigeria it is. Please give me a second, please. People on YouTube, just 1 second. So let me switch over so that you guys will be able to hear people speaking better. Okay. So let me do this. That's where he ought to start. In Nigeria. He ought to start in Nigeria. Okay. Now you can start.
Based on what I was saying before, right? Whenever it's like she always used to say it. Anytime she goes to church and then come back, like it is complain. And then one day I decided just to follow her to church. And at the end of the service, you'll be hearing that the order from the above is that whatever you are generating here is not good enough, right? You have to increase your workforce. If you are fasting 3 days before, fast 5 days. If you are doing this, do more. Just try and do more, right? How can you turn these things into business? How can you turn something that shouldn't be meant for that shouldn't be even by force? How are you guys now turning it into competition? You like this church is in competition with this one. That is why you see Enenche, right? When like two churches build this one that is more bigger than his own, he will try to expand it, right? Who are you competing for and for what exactly? That is the question.
Niger is
Yeah.
that church, that Dunamis Church, that is the epitome of Paul's ego. Paul Enenche's ego is so big that it has to, he needs something to show that, yes, this is it. In his mind, Paul thinks that he is the best. He is the best of all pastors. He's got it all. He thinks that he is the be all and end all, this guy. Can you imagine having 200,000? Is it 100,000 or 200,000 people in that church? So you want all these eyes on you. My question to Paul is, what can you preach from that Bible that these people cannot read for themselves? This is what the average Christian would need to be asking. If 200 people have to sit in that building, how long does it take to seat everyone? It must take hours to get everyone sat down, ready to listen to Paul. This man wants 400,000 eyes on him while he's talking nonsense. Did you see what he was talking about there? That video that you saw of the ring falling out of someone's prepuce was right inside this gigantic structure. This shows the kind of person this man is, and I've said it here that a day will come. Paul will still sit inside that his big structure and he will cry because he would wish that he had done something else with that money. He would wish that he built hospitals. He would wish that he built schools. He would wish that he had done something that will outlive himself. Because you see this church that he has built there, it's going to come back to haunt him. Because many more people are waking up and realizing that religion is a scam. Very soon, there will be nobody to fill the church. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
See, to me.
Hello, Tio.
Okay.
Hi, good evening.
Tio, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. I just, to me, it's so clear that this is, not only is it important to look at history, but, to understand the conditions that we live in. And so it's like in Nigeria, if you want to be rich, you go into oil and gas or you go into church. And church is cheaper to invest in. It's much cheaper to be a pastor. You don't have to spend as much on, operating costs as, the oil and gas person. If you're a pastor, you get monthly income. I was speaking to someone. I'm a researcher. Actually, Afro Atheist. I'm the one that emailed you. My name is Titilayo. But no, and I've been following you for so long. I'm just like, my darling. Yes, hi. And I also sent you a message on TikTok. I don't know if I'm a researcher. I'm doing my work on Nigerian Pentecostalism and political economy in Nigeria. So I don't know if you'd be interested in interviewing with me. Honestly, anyone here, if you're Christian or not, I would definitely love to speak to people who are on this live. It would be so great. So I don't know if anybody wants to send me a message, but let me just
someone, there's people that I know I would recommend her above you. EVA is formidable. She's got a big.
Yes. No, I've been following her for it's gotta be a year or two or something. Even I think it was right at the kind of end of when I realized that I just was not a Christian anymore. That was really when I found her page, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is it. Yeah, but yeah, sorry to take time away with that, but it's just
I just brought Kacha Lupin up. That I think Kacha Lupin would be a very good person to also have. That's if Kacha Lupin is interested, and also Niger Atheist at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please. I don't know. Let me just follow both.
What's she going to ask us?
It's really just about your own journey to really not being a Christian anymore. Where were the times that you realize that there was something wrong, that there was something disjointed that you were seeing or hearing or experiencing. My research topic, Ollie, is about Nigerian Pentecostalism and political economy. So really how churches that are so influential in our country are basically influence how people see. Sorry, I'm just wanted to finish explaining. Sorry?
Is this a PhD?
Yes, it is.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so it's really about how church basically influences how people see whether it's the global economy, the Nigerian economy, and basically things like that. Because I think it's clear that we can see that pastors are getting, for example, a lot of people to work for them for free. Yeah. We can see that, and I've heard myself. I went to COSA a few months ago, and there was this one of the guys, not Fatoyibo, it was I think it was Alex in Vion. I think he was talking about if you're a Christian but you're complaining about the place that you work, like you can't be a Christian and think that whether you're exploited, or you can't not like your boss and be a Christian. It's clear that there's some conditioning that happens in these places. Yeah. And sometimes it's overt and sometimes it's covert, and so just getting people accustomed to these kinds of things. That's kind of what I am interested in. So, and even I think
Theo,
yes.
Two more people that I think very interesting. Ollie Watty has already said she can help, and I do as well. Because you need all different voices. Yes.
Yes.
And everyone has their own different experiences.
Yeah, I'm willing to contribute to my own little way.
And all of us now, we no longer identify with church. We no longer. Our stories are real. Our stories are, first-hand stories, not hearsay.
Right. Please, can people who are saying that they will contribute? I'm trying to keep track of everyone, but can you send me a message? I'm trying to follow as much as possible people that I'm seeing who can contribute. But please, if I miss you, I'm so sorry. You can send me a message. I would love to talk to everyone that can spare time out of their day. Unfortunately, I cannot pay at this moment, but I'll try to. Sure.
Are you a Christian?
You sent me a message. Oh.
Are you a Christian?
No.
Okay. If you're a Christian now, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
The guy is not.
Very sad that. I said.
Why would you?
Bro, calm down now.
Why would you say that if someone is Christian?
Just calm down, bro.
It's his choice. ID. So CO is doing research. You want to just go say it again, please, just for the people that.
Sure. And Ollie Roti, I'm trying to keep up with your messages. I would definitely love to talk to you. So, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Titi Layo. I'm a researcher. I'm at Northeastern University, and you can Google this information about me. But it's not a secret, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to brag on you. But so I'm a researcher. I'm doing my PhD work in sociology on the relationship between Nigerian Pentecostalism and political economy, and how Nigerian Pentecostalism kind of shepherds people or not. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be balanced and open and everything, how Nigerian Pentecostalism influences people to think about the world economy, and the Nigerian economy, and the possibilities for both. I think as Nigerians, we see how powerful churches are, and I think, you know, spending $8 million on a roof for a church in Nigeria is certainly a choice. And I'm trying to be fair. I don't want anyone to think that I'm looking down on their beliefs, but I think it's clear that there are other more urgent problems from my perspective. I think even when he was talking about, and marriage and women and this ring, is there enough to eat at home? Like, that's, to me, that would be my first question. Is there enough to eat at home? We all know that light will come and go in Nigeria. What is being done towards that to tangibly improve people's quality of life? I don't see that coming from churches, but maybe I'm just missing something. So that's why I'm open to Christians. You know, I haven't seen the tangible value of Christianity in my life, but maybe I just haven't seen it yet, and I just need to talk to people about it. So I'm open to everyone. I am personally not a Christian, that is true, but if Christians want to talk to me, I'm open to that, of course.
So guys, it's one thing, right? So she's trying to be respectful, and of course she has to have a very non-biased when doing her research. She's got to tell it as it is and not influence, of course, the people that you're researching. But for someone like myself, I mean, we have to say it as it is. We have to say exactly what is going on. At this point, it's clear that religion has completely destroyed that country. It is very, very clear. People have died, especially this one. You know, I forgot all about this story. This man has had lives taken because of his negligence. And where we are now is we need to do a stock take. How has this religion helped us? Has it really helped us? When all we're doing is taking out the monies to Israel, pumping money in Israel. Did you hear this man? Paul Enenche said his mother went to Israel, and his mother had many encounters with God over there. She didn't want to come back. That she said, how can she leave this holy land to go back to the filthy places? Huh? It's time we start having this conversation. And I hope you guys know that today we've not even talked about his miracles. I'm going to do videos on his miracles, right? All his miracles are fake. Yes, I said it. All Dr. Paul Enenche's miracles are fake. Yes. If that God does not exist, then who is doing these miracles? I ask you all a question. The question is this: how many of you know a blind person? You know this person was blind, and now they see because of the church that they went to. How many people do you know have lost a limb and have come back? Now the limb has grown. All the miracles always has to do with either a wheelchair or all the crutches that Paul Enenche is always holding. All of them look brand new. All the wheelchairs, they all look brand new. The kind of miracles. Can you see the miracle of a ring falling out of someone's papers? How did we get here? So anyway, I don't know if anybody takes the opposite. I would, I'd like to speak to people who disagree with us, who think that religion is the ultimate thing that has ever happened to us. If there is somebody who wants to come and speak on behalf of Jesus, on behalf of Paul Enenche, but we need to expose these men one conversation at a time. So
I think this Samuel guy is a Christian.
Samuel.
I've gone through his profile.
Ah.
Hello.
Samuel, are you a Christian?
Oh yeah, I am.
Okay. Are you a member of his church?
God forbid bad thing.
So which church are you? Which church? You say that God forbid bad thing.
Okay, look, the thing is,
How can you say that if a Christian? How can you say?
yeah, I know what is like someone who is a Christian and someone who's not a Christian. For me, I don't believe in religion. I'm not a religious person. I only have a relationship with God.
No, you are a religious person.
Okay, if you say so, I'm saying what I am, what I believe in.
No,
So I think
you are from the definition.
But you just said you're a Christian.
From the definition of a religious person, you are a religious person.
Okay, if you say so, what I believe is I have a relationship with God. I don't believe in religion.
Samuel, can I ask you, what do you understand by being a Christian?
No, Kata, 1 second. 1 second, please.
All right.
You say you have a relationship with God.
Yeah.
Does God have a relationship with you?
Yeah, he does.
So there's two of you in this relationship, yeah?
Yeah.
So how does your relationship work?
This is how it works.
Right.
This is how it works. I don't have to spend any money to please God. My goodness does not please God. You get it? So it's not a relationship where I have to do this and that. That is how he fall in love more with me. No. I receive his unmerited mercies and favor. You understand? So the aspect whereby people twist gospel and you have to you have to pray 10 times a day. You have to give this offering for you to be closer to God. I don't believe in those stuff. I believe that's religion. So
what do you do in this relationship for God? And what does God do for you in this relationship?
All I do as a Christian is to believe and trust in the finished work of Jesus Christ. That is it.
So in a relationship, it's a sort of like a fellowship between two people. Patient, there is all sorts of different things happen in a relationship. So what does the God do for you in this relationship?
What does God do for me in this relationship? Yeah. Okay.
So in a relationship, people might say, oh, it's 50-50 in our relationship, give and take, right? So is your relationship with God, is it like a 50-50 relationship or what?
Okay. So for me, it's not a 50-50, it's 100-0.
What?
It's 100-0.
Oh, here we go.
100 and who is 0?
Okay. So the 100 is God himself. So he's the one who shows his love more to me than I do.
Really?
Yeah. So by sending his son Jesus Christ to die for my sins.
Fuck! Shit, I'm out. This is
I think you could be respectful, right? You don't have to.
I'm dead, man.
You don't have to be discriminating towards someone of different faith.
You guys, hold on. I'm still talking. Sorry. You said so. How can you be in a relationship with somebody and it is 100-0? That's not a relationship. That's now a master and a servant.
Okay. If you call it that way, I see myself as a master and as a servant.
So you are God's servant.
Oh yeah. Amen to that.
And you're proud of that.
I'm 100% proud of it.
God, we are finished. We are just finished. Africa, we are gone. Oh.
Okay, someone said I have a question for him.
I think the word servant means sounds more, according to your Bible, it is sheep. The Lord is your shepherd and you are his sheep, right?
Yeah, I have a question for him. Mr. Samuel, please don't be angry. You said you are not a religious person, right?
Okay.
Okay. How did you get that name, Jesus?
How do I get that name, Jesus?
Religious means, right? Yeah. How do you know that man, Jesus? Do you know him?
If I know him through the Bible.
Yeah. Do you know Jesus?
Yeah, I know him through the Bible and through authentic written documents of eyewitnesses who witnessed the life of Jesus during his time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where Jesus from?
You said?
Where Jesus from?
I think all this question you're asking right now, you don't know it, but if you want more educated aspect in this answer, I'm happy to give you.
Okay, now, okay, no problem. And what's the name of that your God that you have personal relationship with?
His name is Jesus.
His name is Jesus. Wow, that joint European slave union ship, right?
So you see, this is where you're getting it wrong, because the Europeans they were never Christians before Africans. Ethiopians, listen, Ethiopian. I don't know who's mourning. I don't know who's mourning. I could mute myself so you could keep mourning. I'm just responding to what he's saying.
Please, let's keep our,
Because the host is polite. That's why I'm responding. I'm very respectful to her and being polite too.
Let's keep those reactions. I got mute yourself, or let's be respectful. The man is here to have a conversation with us, so let's have a conversation. I know some things might sound outrageous, some things might, but it is his reality after all. So, yeah.
Okay, no issue. The only thing I just want to find out, and the key point I really want to find out, is what you have just. Sorry, I'm not against anything. You're entitled to your own belief and every single thing. What I'm concerned is as long as it's Africa, even though you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, but when it comes to development, that is where my problem is, because I want everybody, because I've not seen the religion being involved in developing Africa, and that is where my problem is. I wish the Jesus can give us money to develop Africa. I would be very, very grateful with that, Jesus.
So I don't think Jesus is any Nigerian problem. I think we are our own problem, because even a regular person who is not a Christian, you could literally see the person's mindset. You get my point? So I think in Nigeria, people only manipulate the Bible for their own benefit. And I don't go to a Nigerian church. I don't believe in those things that those people say. I don't believe in those actions that are out there, So my point is, I don't believe religion is our problem back in Nigeria. I think we are our own problem.
What do you think is the problem?
I think many other countries. I think it's just an individual problem where people have greeds and other things.
Are you in Nigeria?
I'm not
in
Nigeria, sir. I'm not in
Nigeria. Do you know? 1 second. Do you know how many Christians and Muslims there are in Nigeria?
I can't recall any of as of now.
Right, 1 second.
It's been a long time I've researched it.
All right, let me tell you. So religion divides in Nigeria, right? How religion is divided in Nigeria. So, this is in 2018, and I'm sure these figures might have changed now. So Nigeria has a population of about 280 million people, right? And according to the 2018 estimates in the World Fact Book by the CIA, the population is estimated to be 53.5% Muslims and 45.9% Christians. So in a population of 280 people, 53.8, please, anybody that knows maths, I beg, help us count. 53.5% and 45.9%. How much does that give you, please? How much does
That's
that
98 point something percent, if I'm right.
Okay, so 98% of the population are religious, and the rest are the traditional worshippers and the unbelievers, right? Thank you, everyone, for the gifts. ADHD, Nicole, appreciate everyone. Thank you for those gifts. I thank you. So now, if we have that number of religious people in that country, how can you say it is not the religion?
Can I ask some questions if you don't mind, Alfred?
Please, just let him respond.
All right.
I think every other countries have their belief system, but ours is quite different based on the fact that it's been manipulated and it's been used as a tool to manipulate people. I think it's an individual problem. I've had a lot of like friends who are Nigerians who live abroad. Some of them has brought what's it called I wouldn't mention their name, it's just for personal reasons. They have brought their own. They have tried to invest in Nigeria. They have spoken to like good amounts of Nigerian students from different states in Nigeria, try to start up something, and the response comes up with, "Oh, what would you put in my hands first before I will embark on this specific project with you?" And this project was going to yield them something, but this person moved on to another African country, and the person was able to acquire what his aim were, and the people who participate really prospered from it. So you see, those people, his response was, some of them were like, maybe, let me say, not all of them, let me say 20 or 30% of them was regular Christians in church. The others weren't, you understand? So you could see, this is something of the mindset where, we don't want change. We just want, the corrupt mind is already there. That, oh, I'm not talking about you guys on this panel. I think you guys are genuine and respectful. I'm referring to this aspect that if
Samuel.
Just one last word. So this is not just on one scenarios. I've listened to like 2 or 3 other persons I don't have like good friendship, like good communication with, closeness with. I know them, and I've also met one in particular who did the same thing. So you see, this is not our religion, is not our problem. Our problem is basically ourselves, how we manage this and how we manage our day-to-day life in Nigeria.
Yes, and these religious people, they take their morality, they take their values from their holy text. Now, the question that I have for you is, when these people are misusing the words of God, right? They're twisting the words of God to suit their individual purposes. What is God doing about that?
What is God doing about that?
Yeah.
When people make
So this God has, he has sent the colonial masters and the missionaries to bring this religion over to us, right? It's been how many years now? The colonial masters, they have gone. Now his religion, God's religion, is now in the hands of Paul Enenche and his friends, right? Now the lives of Paul Enenche are twisting the God's word. So if God exists up there, that's up there and he's watching it all happen. So what is he doing about his words being twisted?
Well, this same questions applies to many things in Nigeria. It applies to our studies. It applies to how all these things are twisted. So I don't think anyone will definitely go directly to ask the writer of the book who has died like 100 years ago or who lives somewhere, some part of the world, what are they doing about the fact that their specific subject written or Facebook is being used in manipulating people.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Christians are in church every day praying to this God.
It's being gullible to go to church every day.
He comes in and helps them according to them. He comes in, he helps them, right? He answers their prayers, he visits them in their churches, they see angels, they see all these things, the Michael and all these things. So why can't God put his religion straight?
Yeah, that was why I think God gave us free will as humans, right? And those people, they didn't put any stuff like a wooden. I don't want to like say it on TikTok language. They didn't put anything on their head for them to, that they weren't forced to be there. You have your head to be there, right? So when you go to a church, you use your discretion. When someone is saying things and is trying to take money off your pocket, you are smart enough to know that this person is being tricky. So I mean, but none of those people have been forced there. So that's why I won't say religion I won't say it's our problem. I would say it's more like a tool people use to manipulate people by twisting what.
You are repeating what you said, that is a manipulation tool.
Yeah, but those people weren't forced to be in the church, right?
What is God doing about the people manipulating, using his religion as a manipulation tool.
Yeah, my response to that is it's still gonna be biblical. Bible talks about false prophets. So if you read more in the Bible, you see what I'm talking about when it refers to false prophets. So that is my response to it.
God did something about false prophets in the Bible.
Yeah, I will give the same response in the other aspects.
No, what I'm saying, God intervened with other false prophets in the Bible.
Yeah,
Why can't he intervene now?
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it by having people around who are pointing fingers at these people who are ungodly. Guys, I think that's how he's doing it.
Anyway, I will let
let me just say this, right? When you say you want to use the Bible, God is not doing anything because he is the cause. Like, he is the engineering of everything, right? Samuel Freeman, do you know what 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 5 says? 2 verse 11. Yeah, 2 verse 11. Do you know what he says?
You could quote it. I'm not.
Yeah. These people believing that all these pastors are real are just God's doing. God has sent the spirit of delusion to every one of them so that they can believe that what is false is actually good, right? So this is the work of your God's doing. People being brainwashed and manipulated into giving their all, right?
You just read?
Second Thessalonians, is it 1 verse 11? Yeah, 1 verse 11.
2 Thessalonians.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, let me just yeah, that should be second 2 verse 11, 1 verse 11. Yeah, so and I find it funny when you say that they're using the Bible to manipulate. They are twisting. For the fact that mere mortals can twist what your Holy Spirit and your God combine to inspire and are meant to write, which means we should question how credible what they are saying, whether it is true or not, right? And you are saying that they can twist, the men can twist people, and they will be right, not that they will be wrong, because I can pull up a verse for you right now and give you.
Yeah. Ask this question and we can come back to this question.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you can continue what it's because I have lots of questions to ask this guy. So let him finish his segment.
Let's Ollie has a question.
Yeah, Ollie, because I have loads of questions to ask him. So you people can go first.
But don't forget, he's our guest. So let's take it easy.
Yes, don't worry. Let me rush and go and buy a chilled bottle.
No, what I'm saying is, please, you take it easy with the gentleman. If are you still there?
Yeah, I'll be gentle with you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anytime you want to speak with me, please.
You're not behaved like a typical Christian, so I'll be gentle with you.
Yeah. All right, Ollie, ask your question, please.
Oh, hi. Thanks a lot. I want to quickly ask some questions before I leave. Mr. Samuel, can I ask you? You said the church is not responsible for the behavior for the development of Nigeria, right? Mm-hmm. Can I ask, are you aware of the big churches in Nigeria and the role that they play in influencing the political and economic landscape of Nigeria? I think I do. You think you do? I don't want a closed answer. You think you do in what context, please?
I think I do based on the fact that they are manipulative and they are extorting money from people.
Okay. So when you say, is it just about money, really?
I mean, there's the subject of the issue. You talk about infrastructure not working well in Africa, so you need money for that, right?
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Redeem, for instance, RCCG, the head of EFCC is actually from Redeem, right? They heard of, at a point, I think that was about 10, no, maybe not 10. I think about maybe over 15 years ago. Are you aware of Cecilia Ibro of Oceanic Bank? The role that she played in embezzling money and the role that Adeboye played in perverting the cause of justice. Are you aware? Because it's in the public domain.
I'm not aware because I can't remember this news at all in any aspect because I don't follow Nigerian news.
Are you a Nigerian? Can I ask?
No, no, no.
Okay.
No, you're Nigerian now, but you're not in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm a Nigerian, but not in Nigeria.
Yeah, so you're a Nigerian.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So can I? Okay, let me joggle your memory. So Cecilia Ibro, I used to be a banker. Okay. So Nigeria. So Cecilia Ibro of Oceanic Bank. Are you aware of Oceanic Bank?
Yeah, I think I could remember that name at some point.
Okay. So Cecilia Ibro embezzled money, right? And the money was traced to RCCG, Redeemed Christian Church of God. Okay? And guess what? Despite the fact that she embezzled a lump sum of money, like a national commonwealth, right? Now, EFCC at the time was Nuhu Ribado, under the Obasanjo regime. They went hard after her. It was herself and my former boss, Akingbola of Intercontinental, now Access Bank, right? They went after them. And guess what? A phone call was placed by RCCG's Daddy Gio, EA Enoch Adeboye. And the person who was investigating, Nuhu Ribado, had to step aside. These are public information. This is not Eden. These are public information.
Wow.
Ribado, the current leader of the national security or something like that.
Yes, he used to be EFCC. He used to be in charge of EFCC.
Yeah, that was during Obasanjo, right?
Yes, I'm talking of Obasanjo's rule.
I remember that period. Yeah.
So that then impacted on justice because Akingbola ran to the UK and Cecilia could not run at the time. And EA Adeboye influenced the judiciary system. The judge that was actually meant to sit on that case and make judgment was removed overnight. Are you aware of that, Mr. Samuel?
I can't remember that news at all.
No, he's not. I don't think he's aware.
Okay. Forget about Cecilia. That's far away, right? Now let's come to a current one that happened just 2 years ago, right? Are you aware of City of David, Trinity House, RCCG?
I don't think he is, because this guy.
Wait, now let him answer. He has a very selective answer.
Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
Oh, thank you.
Did you get my message, Ollie?
Sorry, I've been commuting. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I think I sent you a message, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at it later. Yeah.
Well, Ollie, City of David, was he not the one that was recently suspended?
Yeah, Trinity, right?
Yeah, for embezzling funds and all that.
Yeah. So no, it wasn't for embezzling funds. So, Mr. Samuel,
what basis was he suspended? I heard.
Wait, hold on. Just hold on. I will answer your question.
Okay.
So, Mr. Samuel, Trinity House, are you aware of our late Albert Wigwe?
Yes.
No, I don't know. I don't know that guy. I know about Trinity House in Lagos, right?
Okay, Mr. Samuel, how are you conversant with Nigerian news? Let's even start from there.
I've gave you a response like maybe 2 minutes ago that I don't listen to Nigerian news.
Okay, so you are a Nigerian. You don't pay attention to Nigerian news, and then you're sorry. I'm just being curious.
Ollie, there's lots of people like that don't concern themselves.
Okay, let me just state out what it is I'm trying to ask.
With the affairs.
Okay. So Albert Wigwe, late Albert Wigwe, right?
That died in a helicopter crash.
Late Albert Wigwe loaned City of David, RCCG, okay, loaned them 500 million naira. Okay, that's a loan that he gave out.
Hmm.
Now, he also gave a bond to RCCG, City of David. He gave a bond of 3 billion naira, not million, billion.
Wow.
Okay, towards the building of a church of that City of David, which is known as Trinity House. Right now, underneath that, he had a loan that was facilitating the payment of the choirs of Trinity House. And when Ilu Yomade, which was the guy that was suspended, the former pastor that was suspended. Now, when Ilu Yomade added up everything, it totaled to billions of naira. Okay? Now, guess what? Wigwe is past now, right? Today, EA Adeboye, I'm giving you a very, 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 as the hot latest news. Okay? EA Adeboye climbed the pulpit, mounted the pulpit of this same RCCG Trinity House, and claimed that the billions of naira that was held in loan towards that church has all been cleared. Now, my question is, how is a church not responsible for the underdevelopment of Nigeria? And where did Redeem get that billions to clear out within 2 weeks and within 2 years?
You're asking a question.
Exactly. I'm asking a question.
Okay. This is a structured building that has people who go to this specific building, which now understanding is called church, and it has a leader who embezzle money from people and steal from people. So and those people go there willingly with their own mind and with their 2 foot, head, eyes, and nose. They go there by themselves. So I don't see that affecting Nigerian system. I think what is affecting Nigerian system is individual.
Really? So this individual, that's why I deliberately highlighted Wigwe. Wigwe, honestly, I don't even, I'm trying to be civil here. Okay? So Wigwe made his money. Like he was a banker who took advantage of the system. I mean, it's past now. That was the same thing as most of the artificial millionaires that we have in Nigeria. Artificial millionaires and billionaires that we have in Nigeria. The church, Tinubu's wife is actually a pastor in Redeem. These guys, do you not understand how the church is so connected with the corruption and underdevelopment and the lack of infrastructure in Nigeria?
Yeah, because the what's it called? The political system allowed them in. That is why. Because if you also go downward, you see that politicians embezzled more money in Nigeria. Like,
but you said we shouldn't blame the church. You said earlier we shouldn't blame the church. Now you want to blame them.
Okay. If you get my point very clear, I'm not for Redeemed Church. I don't go there. I don't trust them in any aspect. They will never get my money in any aspect. So I have my eyes and I have my nose and I have my ears. I go to Nigeria whenever I have time to. But the thing
I thought you said you are not conversant with Nigerian news.
I go to listen. Get my point.
1 second.
I visit Nigeria maybe once a week.
Samuel, if you were to recommend a church in Nigeria, a church that you know is Bible believing and that is the true church of Jesus, right? At least one. Which one would you recommend?
I would recommend none. I'm sorry.
Wonderful.
So what are we doing here?
Okay. So my point is, you didn't listen to when I was saying airing out my point. I don't necessarily have to go to a structured building, right? I could be from my home, just pray and read my Bible and go to my daily whatever job and just move on with my life. So if someone will be deceived by anybody, if someone is losing touch in communicating with people, trying to have a gathering where you need to go to meet people, to hang out, the person is welcome to do whatever they please to go to the church.
Okay, Mr. Samuel, have you read there's a book? I don't know if you've ever come across it. The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born. Have you ever come across that book?
I think I probably heard of it, but I haven't read it.
Okay.
It's a very interesting book to read because that's how you're sounding. You're sounding like the main character of that book called the man who sees corruption, does not want to recognize corruption. He can actually see and recognize it, but pretends he doesn't want to recognize it.
See, this way you're getting it wrong, because I see corruption and work on myself and aim not to be deceived by any specific organization of any kind.
No, can I just say, Samuel, at this point, right, this is the point where I would say that you should think of the plight of all the many Nigerian Christians, right? Think of their plight. So it's okay that you are, out of the country. It's none of your business. No one's taking your money. Right? It's on them. But a lot of these people don't have a choice. A lot of these people were born into this religion and indoctrinated into this religion. And if we cannot even call one of all the thousands and thousands and thousands of churches that we have in Nigeria, we can't even say, okay, this one is a good one. This is a problem.
Pastor, sorry, I don't care. Whenever I have a chance, whenever I had the chance to speak,
you weren't showing. You weren't.
No, but look, maybe you didn't get the whole of it. Whenever I had the chance to communicate with people of any of this kind, I give them the same response. Like I said, everyone has their leg and their brain to go wherever they choose to.
Not everyone does.
You mean not everyone? Okay.
So one second, Theo. He just asked me a question. What was your last question just now?
So you mean not everyone in Nigeria have a brain in their head?
Everyone has a brain in their head, but okay, consider, right, Samuel, consider the children, right? Consider the people the vulnerable people that have to go to these places and have no choice at all, no say in the matter. They have to be there. Yeah, even though they've got a brain in their head, unfortunately, they're being indoctrinated every day. They're being brainwashed, right? And this is going to continue to live with them. So, what about those?
Okay, I had a family member at some point who spoke to me that, hey, I was asked to sow seed. Can you help me? My response was like, I'm gladly happy to help you if you're trying to invest this money in helping someone in Nigeria or opening business for yourself instead of sowing seed to someone. So for me, I'll give the same response every time, any day. So I do care about people from Nigeria. I whenever I have a chance to communicate, if any point I could be of help, I'm happy to help. But when it comes to this aspect, you can force, like the common proverb that we all know, you can force a horse to the sea. If he won't drink water, you can't force him to drink water. So you understand. So that is my take on this.
Mr. Samuel, can I ask you my final question before leaving?
Okay, and then see you can answer.
Yes, sorry. I thought I could actually engage you more, but you're being very political in the way you're answering questions. So, can I ask, are you aware that when it comes to national development, it's not down to just one individual? Are you aware of that?
When it comes to national development,
that's A, B, and C now. That question is A, B, and C. That's
Mr. Samuel.
Only one person.
You mean it tied to
No,
the political
don't
system?
guess what I mean. It's just a straight question.
No, I can't give you a straight question if you're not explaining. If I'm not getting the
well, what do you
correct
need explanation with?
But do you mean you are you saying it's tied?
Let me repeat my question. Maybe you didn't get it. My question is, do you understand that national development is not down to an individual?
Yeah, but where we're referring to individuals as Nigerians.
Forget about whether it's Nigerian or not. Do you understand that national development is not down to an individual?
I mean, it's down mainly to when it comes to like development, like infrastructure, it's down to the what's it called, the guys in charge, political system.
But the guys in charge, hold on. I'm trying to put you in a corner now. But your answer, I was expecting you to give me an answer. So the guys in charge, there's a structure that is in place. It's not down to just who you elected. is a structure that is in place that allows that person to function, or that allows whoever sits in the office to function, isn't it?
Sorry, rephrase.
Ollie,
Yeah?
the answer is yes. He's not trying to answer that question.
Okay.
No, I didn't get it. Well, that's why.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Mr. Samuel, maybe I'm so sorry. I really, really would love to engage you if you were responding in a very intellectual way. But the way you're responding, you know what the answers are.
Is it because I'm not responding the way you want me to respond?
Hold on. Forget about how I want you to respond.
He just wants you to be honest.
Right? The way you are answering questions. See, I've not lived in Nigeria for years. I actually was not born in Nigeria. And the truth is, looking at my own side of the family, I don't give a hoot what happens in Nigeria, ideally. But the reality is, no matter whatever passport I hold, Nigeria is home for me. So I am not, and that's why I asked you, have you ever come across that book, The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born? And if you've never come across it, it's a book worth reading. Honestly, it's a book worth. I always recommend African author books to people. The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born is a must read for any Africans to get a glimpse of our reality. Because you saying it's down to an individual, they scam. Like we are talking about research. I have a PhD, right? I did my PhD. I did some of my research, whatever, here in the UK. And I can tell you for free, what you're saying, like people wanting financial incentive, it happens even on the soil of Western country. It's not unique to Africa alone. And the reason why people in Africa are more vulnerable to that is because the reality is every researcher who go to Africa, including international NGOs and international agencies and stuff, they pay to get information by boycotting the ethical process. Okay?
So whose problem is that?
Uncle.
No, I'm asking, you're not answering now. You asked me like countless questions. Whose problem is that?
Whose problem? It's not an individual problem. Okay.
So where is the problem coming from?
Mr. Man, I'm not ready to sit down and be going back and forward with you.
You asked me a lot of questions. I respectfully ask you.
You didn't answer my question.
So what I'm asking.
No. Anyway. I'm not hostile. Hold on. Don't throw words around. I'm not hostile. You were not being honest in engaging with the questions because you knew where I was driving to.
I gave you a direct answer and you don't like it.
Can I ask you a question back again? When it comes to national development, is it down to individuals?
I said it before. I mean, it's okay. National development, infrastructure, and whatever you might call it, is down to your leaders.
So it's not down to individuals, is what you're saying. It's not down to the average person.
I mean, every person has their roles to play, but
so how is that supposed to work in Nigeria? How does that work?
Answer the question. The question is so straightforward. Just answer the question. It's not it's not a sort of thing. It's just we're having conversations and we already know what the answer is.
Afro, we come out. I thought I could engage him better, but I will just be watching.
Oli, let me try. Yeah, let me try.
I'm sorry, I think so wanted to say something before, but anyway.
Oh yeah, yes. I just had sort of two related questions. Is that okay, Carter?
Yeah, yes, no problem.
So thank you. So do you know what a free trade zone is?
A free trade zone.
A free trade zone.
No, I don't know. You could enlighten me on it.
Okay. A free trade zone is where a designated area where businesses can operate without paying tax, any kind of tax to a government. Do you know how many free trade zones there are in Nigeria?
Are you referring to like churches?
No, not so. No, profit firms. So for-profit entities.
I don't know. I didn't study in Nigeria, so you could enlighten me on
I
this.
didn't study in Nigeria either, and I know how many free trade zones there are in Nigeria.
But this is not my area of specialization, so I don't have any answer for that.
Who is your friend, Mr. Samuel?
I don't think I should be forced to do that, so I'm
This
listening.
conversation, he doesn't know.
Okay. There are 42 free trade zones in Nigeria, which are operating over 500 companies, many of which are oil and gas, petrochemical, you know. Do you know Nigeria's main export?
Is it like oil?
Right. Petroleum and petroleum products.
Yeah.
You know what the Bible says about paying taxes?
What the Bible says. Let me see your response on that, then I have my own response to it.
No, I'm asking you the question. So do you know what the Bible's...
Let me leave before
Do you mean when he talked about give what is Caesar to Caesar,
right,
and what's God to God? Okay.
Right. So can I know how the average person, let's say who was a Christian, who believes that it is morally, spiritually sound to give to Caesar what is Caesar's, how they are supposed to combat the fact that corporations, the entities that bring in the most money in any country, anywhere, how they are supposed to combat the presence of free trade zones effectively.
I don't know if you're referring to this give what belongs to Caesar and what belongs to God. I think you should base it on context.
No, that wasn't I don't think you understood my question. So I said, how is the average person, right? You're saying that Nigeria's problems are individual and everyone's thinking corrupt and all of this.
Samuel, if you don't know the answer to the question, it's okay. Just say you don't know. Look, somebody is asking, even I don't know.
Look, I think it's very easy.
Well, I'm saying, Samuel, it's actually okay to say you don't know. It's okay.
I think it's easy to point straight finger to your president or whoever is in charge when he was once a regular Nigerian. I mean, all these things has to do.
President you're talking about that was a regular Nigerian?
Whichever
Whichever
one of them. I think presently there's still
that have influence. So I don't think any of them were ever regular Nigerians, like without any power connections. So, or if you want to point to one that was.
I mean, before they became a president, they were once a Nigerian, right?
No. They were in families with power and access.
Okay.
Right?
But before they came into this power, they were once in Nigeria, right?
Oh, is it me? Like I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I am trying to figure out if you are. Sorry, I don't want. Let me not be
So this is what he's doing. He's playing naive.
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing naive. Don't let him get to you. I understand.
Guys, sorry, I don't think we are yet. Are we combating each other? I don't think we are, right?
You know what I'm going to ask?
No, it's not converting. We're just trying to.
No, I mean not combating. Are we combating?
Wait, hold on, Samuel. Tio, I'm going to just say to you, just assume he doesn't know any of those things, and please just explain what is the impact of this what do you call it? No free trade zone.
Yes.
Free trade zone. Okay, can you just explain for us the impact and why we should be concerned?
Right. So basically, free trade zones are tax havens. They allow people to profit off of Nigeria without paying their fair share. And that's the least that anyone can do. I think we would all agree on that. In Nigeria, entities with power, let's say churches, who you said yourself are, whether they're manipulative, whatever they are, they have different kinds of power. And we're also talking about underdevelopment, right? So if the entities with the most money are they're not contributing anything, despite selling their products, despite selling their wares to Nigerians who are giving them our money. Churches say nothing. Instead, they join the boards of these companies. They join some of them own oil and gas companies or other petroleum products companies. I'm not understanding what you're saying about what an individual Nigerian is supposed to do about this. These are things that are solved collectively. These are things that are solved when people come together, have access to knowledge and information. So it's not an individual issue. And the corruption that we're talking about is being enabled by the very same pastors who you're saying are manipulative. So it again contradicts your point about having individual problems with individual solutions. That individualism, where does that come from? I mean, it seems like you're in a Western country. It seems like you've internalized, a lot of those values, which, if you think individualism works, I don't think it works in any of the Western countries. I don't think that we see that. And it's not working for Nigeria either. So, I mean, I would encourage people to form connections. It can be hard. It can be grueling work. But, I mean, I have further thoughts about this, but maybe that's for another time.
I might invite you over sometime to come and let's have a conversation, right? But I don't know if anyone remembers, some years ago, the government was planning to bring up this, like a task force that would regulate the church's income or something. It was something to do with the church. The government will go in, check what, have a look what monies and that sort of thing. And there was an uproar. Oh, the church, the pastors were not happy. They were not happy, including this guy here. Huh? Does anybody remember that? What was that bill they were trying to introduce? Oh, the pastors went on. They said, hey, what was it? Yes, Oli, it was Kama.
It was Kama.
You see how they all responded?
That was under Buhari. He wanted to amend the Kama. Company and Allied Matters Act.
We have issues though. And if anyone is thinking that the church, the mosques are not involved, you will be completely misguided, because the majority of people in the country are religious.
Host, can I ask you a question? Just one.
I just want to have a conversation with you, Samuel.
The people that are causing the problem are the religious people. Go on, Samuel. Ask me your question, and then you can let Carter ask you.
Are Nigerians in general, are they being forced to go to church?
Some are, yes.
Or how are they forced to go to church?
A lot of children in these homes don't have a choice. They have to go to church. Just recently, there was a case of a pastor who told his members that Jesus was coming any day now. They should sell everything they have, bring the money, and come to the church. They got to the church. They locked them up in the church. They could not go anywhere. They locked them up there. It had to take the police and some other people to report that, look, their loved ones are in there and they're not able to leave. Right? There have been so many preachers who have told their followers that Jesus is coming now, and they should all be in the church. There are people that go to church and they give free labor to the church every single time.
Well,
Right?
out of that one cases of them being locked in the church, how many, like the vast majority of Nigerians, you mean the vast majority have been forced to go to church?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so are you saying that because not a small number are being forced, so it's not an issue?
Okay, my point is, if you're not being forced to go to church, then you shouldn't be there.
Why do we even have churches?
What are you saying?
Why do we even have churches to begin with? So if this God is non-existent, why build a church for this God? Why?
Okay, since my main point now is, if these guys are stealing your money, they are just there to steal your money. My response to that is, why? How about like vast majority of the people who go to that church decide not to go there anymore? He wouldn't make money anymore. He wouldn't have that much power.
Yeah, first they would need to know that they have.
Okay, so like, what are we doing to enlighten
Wait,
them?
didn't you just say that these churches manipulate people?
Yeah, I said they do.
Wait,
I said they do.
Hold on. See, listen. These people read books that tell them, "Touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm." These people are conditioned into believing that Sky Daddy is going to be angry with them. These people are conditioned that they need to forgive, and they need to let things go, right? These people are brainwashed to accept the abuse that they're being put through. So, unfortunately, a lot of them, they can't escape. This is why we do this sort of shows, to make people understand that this religion is nothing but it's a scam.
Okay.
Kata, ask the questions.
Yeah, Samuel. I just want to have a little bit of conversation with you, if you don't mind.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So, what do you understand by being a Christian?
What do I understand by being a Christian?
Yes.
I believe it's the word Christian is Christ-like. If you fully understand. For me, it's a relationship between me and God. Yeah, where I pray, I communicate, and also try to be of a good citizen among people.
So the people of because Christianity was first mentioned in Antioch, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people of Antioch, those that were called Christians in the Bible, why were they called Christians?
I can't recall. It's late. Like you say what?
The first people to be called Christians in the Bible, according to the Bible, they were in Antioch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why were they called Christians?
I don't remember. You could say if you remember.
Because they were Christ-like.
Okay, Christ just said that.
Good. You claim to be religious, right?
I don't know if you were here when I said I made it.
You're not religious, but you're a Christian.
Yeah.
So how can you be a Christian and not be religious at the same time?
Okay. So religion is it's more like trying to do this and do that to please a God.
No.
So,
religious.
Would you allow me to respond?
Being religious is believing.
I'll myself and listen to you.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
When you're religious, you believe in a God. You cannot be a Christian and not be religious. It does not work like that. When you say you're not religious, that means you don't believe in anything. So if you're not religious, that means you're irreligious, and that means you're an atheist. So you say you're a Christian, that means you're religious. You understand what I'm saying? You can't claim to be a Christian at the same time say you're not religious. Then there is a difference between being religious and being a religious fanatic. You understand what I'm trying to say? Are you not speaking anymore?
I don't think the conversation is going both ways. You said I should listen to you. I'm listening.
I just explained the difference between saying you're a Christian but you cannot be religious. That does not work. You can't say you're a Christian at the same time you're not religious. I just explained that for you.
Okay. So if you look down in the Bible, Jesus was against religious leaders. There are many cases where he speaks against people who think their good is what they do. Their goodness is what merit them God's love. So he was probably against all those.
Jesus
things.
was not against religious leaders. Jesus was against the Pharisees and the Sadducees.
What were they doing?
Because they were hypocrites, according to Jesus.
What were they known as?
They were known as the Pharisees and the Sadducees.
What was their duty?
They were priests. Why are you asking?
What is a priest?
God. You don't know what the meaning of a priest is.
Okay. So my main point is these were like religious leaders. So for me, religion is more where you have where you pray every day. You are obliged to do specific things. You know, for me, I'm not obliged. You know,
you said pray every day, right?
Yeah, pray. I mean, I could go on and on. Make like think depending on your own good for your salvation.
The Christian doctrine, what does it teach you? What does it teach you to do?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it allows the point whereby you have to pray. It's there, but this is willingly.
You said religious people pray, right?
Absolutely, I think people
do pray too, right?
Yeah.
So why are you saying you're a Christian but you're not religious?
Why am I saying I'm a Christian? I'm not religious.
Yeah, religious people follow a doctrine, right? Christianity has doctrines and sets of rules that you have to follow, right?
But I just move on to the next point. I don't think you're going to go around in circles with him.
But I'm trying to let him understand that he can't say I'm a Christian but I'm not religious.
Okay. I think I'm entitled to what I want to say and what I say. So I'm telling you right now that I have a relationship with God. I'm not religious.
All right, let's move on.
Good.
You made mention, I remember you saying that Africans were Christians before the Europeans.
Yeah.
Can you buttress that? Can you prove that?
Yeah, okay. Just give me a second to pull it up. I think before Christianity came to Europe, it was already in Egypt.
I know
was already in Ethiopia.
I know.
I thought you don't know about this.
I know.
Talking about the Western culture back to Nigeria, to Africa.
When was St. Paul's mission to Ethiopia? Before the coming of the trade to Ethiopia, you have an idea that St. Paul came to preach the gospel in Ethiopia, right? And before then, he had already had a mission in Europe.
I'm listening to you. I'm just pulling stuff up.
Have you heard of the missionaries?
I've heard of the word missionaries.
Who were they?
I'm trying to type out stuff and bring stuff up, but I could listen to you speak instead.
I'm asking you a question. Have you heard of the people called missionaries?
If you Google the word missionaries, you know what it means.
Have you heard of the word missionaries? I asked you a question.
I told you that I do.
All right. So what were the mission of the missionaries in Africa? What did they come to do?
The word missionaries, what they do, like Christian missionaries, is that what you're referring to?
Obviously, when you call a missionary,
I don't think this guy is ready to have a discussion.
He knows what he's doing. I understand what he's doing.
He's bored and, he's looking for somewhere to while up time. You know what I mean?
He knows what he's doing. He did it with Ollie and he's doing it with me.
See, you guys are petting this guy, just telling the truth. One, he's an antichrist. Simple. That is how it is. You don't need to pet some certain things. Somebody is messing with your head and you're sitting down and looking at
what is an antichrist?
Now you.
What's the meaning?
Is you. That's the meaning. The meaning is just an epitome of you. Just give your life to Africa. Simple. Come on, that nonsense. Who programmed you to think like that?
You just contradict yourself. You said Christ never existed, and you're calling me an antichrist. So
I'm telling you, that is just what I'm calling you.
What is the meaning of an antichrist?
You are not a religious person, but you're talking about something that they drive, an ideology they drive into your head that is called Jesus. And Jesus is a religion that brought this nonsense into your head. They are trying to delete that nonsense file into your head so that you can think for yourself. Take religion out of your head and see how you will think. You will think normal, like a normal human being.
Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I think I'm thinking like a normal human being. Probably more than what
Afro it is. I'm going. It's 12:15 in Nigeria. I'm going to bed.
You are an African man. Think like an African man. Talk like an African man. Look the religion from the African point of view. We see how foolish and stupid it sounds. You don't think like an African man. Is your ancestor the person that brought that religion?
Everything you got to know in this life were all fed to you. So
I have my sense, and I'm thinking for myself, and I'm telling you honestly. Can you go to your
all the ideology you're trying to pass down to me? You never brought them with you. So you
let me tell you the
ideology, and everything you learned were taught to you.
You are a very confused person, and I want to get your head straight.
I think this is the line. I don't think I never insulted you. So I think you could have a civil conversation.
Do you know the insult? Let me tell you the insult.
You were fed your ideology.
Let me tell you the insult. The insult they gave to you
was a better ideology.
To change your ideology, to change your language, to demonize your God, to enslave you. This is what they call insult. To tell you that you are serving idol. They tell you all these things, and you are standing to defend something like this in an African space. Don't you even sit down and ask yourself a question? Who told you that the language you're speaking is bad? Who told you that the God you're serving is demonic? Who told you that the clothes you're wearing? Have you thought about those things? Tell me who told you those things. Were you serving idols? Did you have any name in African history that is named Jesus? So why don't you believe in yourself than believing in something you don't know? You don't know where Jesus is from? Because the man I know you are talking of is an Aramaic man called Yehoshua Hamashiach. So I don't know where you are confusing. How will you feel if somebody is imposing a fake name on you? How will you feel? And you are parading with a false identity. My brother, this is just the truth. It's common sense. If you don't talk about Christ, why can't you talk about yourself? Why can't you be Christ? Why will you tell that you believe in something you don't know? But you believe in yourself, or do you know yourself? It's just the truth. Take it as the truth.
I've been listening to you. I've been listening to you. Look, the ideology, what you learned in university, were all passed down to you from the Western culture and shoved into you.
I did not learn anything from the university. See, actually,
did you went into high school then?
I don't even need it. It's a Western, because all the things I've learned in this, I've not seen what it has ever.
So you did went to school.
My brother, just forget that education is a Western. It has never helped us in Africa.
Has it helped you the way you're speaking right now?
Life has taught me, has built me to this man. I have questioned everything, and it has shaped my reality.
Have you used anything you studied in school at any places of job, of work, or whatever?
It's common sense. I am working as a safety officer in WROPC. You understand?
So you don't need education for that. So they pick anybody from the street to work there.
Common sense. You understand? I study environmental protection and resource management.
Okay, so you were picked because of what you studied.
Make a clear this thing. I entered the refinery, not what I studied. I worked there.
I understand. But the thing is, this applies in everywhere. They don't necessarily have to pick you because of what you studied. They see that you have a specific studied. That's why you were picked to work there.
Can you accept that you are colonized?
Okay. If I'm colonized, so you are because you're speaking in English.
Yes, just accept that you are colonized. So let us help our colonial.
Because the specific job you just stated right now is a Western job. It's not an African job. You should be in the farm.
That's why I left. I am a Pan-Africanist, very free one.
I understand. You just told me the job you're doing right now, but
I said I am a safety officer. I left it.
So what are you doing now? Are you working in the farm?
There. Don't worry, I will pray for you. You understand? That the ancestor will deliver you from that virus.
You don't have to use the word prayer. You don't have to use the word prayer if you're an atheist.
I'm not an atheist. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Repeat after me. Say Pan-Africanist.
You're very funny.
Yes, that is what you've been doing with people's head.
Anyway, I'm not doing anything with anybody's head. I'm just airing my own opinion, just like
everyone. Your opinion. You are believing Christian. You believe in Jesus Christ, and you are not a religious person.
I understand what Samuel is doing.
I just want to remind you that when you go to the shop to buy stuff,
I know what you're doing.
Sorry, sir. I'll just say this last word. Sorry, sir.
Intentionally playing.
Let me say this word. Whenever you go to supermarket to buy things,
Samuel,
you read the receipt in it.
You read what is receipt in it for you to buy them.
No, you know if it's negative.
Playing obtuse. Can someone mute him? Let me speak, please. You're intentionally playing obtuse and oblivious to the fact. I get what you're trying to do. Subtly trying to get into people's head to make them lose their cool. I mean, you tried it with Oli. I thought I was. I think
Don't,
I'm going to have a conversation
Samuel,
with you.
we will
depending
pray
on
for you. Samuel, just go down on your knees. I want to pray for you right now.
Yeah,
Lift your hands
answer,
together.
just hold on. Yeah,
I
That's
want
a
to pray for
Christian
you.
doctrine. Don't do it.
I feel
Guys,
you know the truth somewhere.
what could come easy on the gentleman?
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice to him. After you know, if I want, I can really go that way with him, but I won't. I understand what he's trying to do. You know, he's a very smart guy because he has intentionally, or he has mastered the craft of acting oblivious and obtuse. When he's doing it intentionally, you know, you ask him question, he won't answer the question. He will just find a silly reply to give you. I understand, but I know within your heart somewhere you know the truth. You know the truth, but for some reason, I feel maybe it's the fear tactics that Christianity has used over the years to enslave and entrench people. Maybe because of the fear tactics, you don't want to admit the truth to yourself because you know deep down.
Can I say something?
You know what is true. Yeah, I'm not done yet.
Okay, I'll mute myself and let you speak more.
I will indulge. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. And I will indulge you to open your eyes and open your mind to see the truth for yourself and stop all these games you're playing. You understand? You should do better. You should do better. You know, this is not the way to go about it. I was hoping that I would have a conversation with you, but obviously you're not open to one, but it's fine.
Abel, please, Kata, please, Abel, come and have a conversation with me.
Can I say what I was going to say if you allow me?
Say it.
Yeah, I'm talking to you specifically right now. When you said you don't align yourself with anything from the Western culture, you're Pan-Africa. So my question is, whenever you go to the shop to buy something, do you look at the expiring date? Do you read the information in there?
No.
You don't read it?
No.
Okay.
Can we go back to the topic, please? Because now we're talking about things that are really irrelevant.
Yes, that's why I'm giving him the very good answer he needs. Mr. Samuel, kneel down and let us pray for you. Just kneel down. I will pray for you.
I got to go. I need to resume work tomorrow morning. Have a lovely day and cool down. I'm not your enemy. I'm just having a conversation with you. I never done you anything. So if you don't like my response, good for you. Have a good day.
Follow me. You are still an African person. You are still our brother.
I love you, brother. I'm African person. I will always be an African person.
Speak Pidgin English. Speak Pidgin English.
My guy, I be African person.
Correct. All of us do.
Respect, brother. Love you guys. God bless you. Thank you for having me here. I don't have issue with you. Thank you, host. I'm grateful.
Yeah. That's it. It's one love. We are Africans. That's how it's meant to be. Carter, are you there? Hello, Mr. Carter. It's like Mr. Carter's. Mr. Carter.
I'm doing my facials. Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. So most of the time, when you see people that are trying to just dance, you just hit them with it. When you hit them, make them uncomfortable. You just give them that so that they'll be very, very angry. As you do them, they see their real character.
I saw what he did with Afro. Then he did it with Oli. I know what he's trying to do. You know, he's trying to get you out of character. Then when you react, you know,
I don't
give him that privilege.
I respond back negative from negative, positive for positive. That's how it is. I'm not going to affect my head. I'm creating my own peace of mind. So in this place, we just tell them the truth. That's how it is. You don't pet the truth. You don't manage it. These people are not really ready. So the only thing, you don't fight them. Let them, as time go, when they hit reality, when reality hits on them, it will format them. It will format them. You don't tell people. By the time they've run them street, physical street, because they've run me streets, honestly, for somebody to now give all he has and give it to, you understand what it means, and later you come out and nothing, and when you realize it's gone, it's gone. In the name of what? So that is why you see me. I'm going to collect the money back, actually, because this NGO I'm creating, I will walk up to the church. They are going to give me the money, 10%. If they don't give me 10%, I'll be calling them out on social space. Social space, I'll be calling them one after the other. I've called Ebed Amina. I have called Suleiman. I will be calling them one after the other, and I'll go to their church and call them out on a live stream. I don't have that time to pay because I have a certificate for it. I'm a journalist. I know what I'm doing. I'm entitled to what I'm doing because we want change. They are thieves. I'm going to say it before their face. 10%, they've not given Caesar share. Only God have been collecting. Give what belongs to Caesar, and what belongs to God to God. Caesar has not collected his share, and we want to collect our share. It's 10%. The land, they'll be collecting for the land. Nobody has given back to the land. It's not fair. You sit down, somebody will tell you that my papa. Who's papa? Tell me about one Jesus. Jesus come to help Africa where it is. Jesus walked on water is in the Bible. He raised the dead is in the Bible. He healed the sick is in the Bible. He has not done anything outside the Bible. Elijah brought fire from up is in the Bible. That is a story. None of them exist. If you are existing now, that means you have existed then. You are still existing. No record of anybody in the Bible. You can't trace archaeological evidence. None of them. Show me the children of Abraham up to these days. Show me the children of Noah. People are just formulating story. I didn't trace my history to Noah. So why would somebody just come and start cajoling us with one or two nonsense and we just sit down and pet it in African space? As if we don't have a beginning. Somebody will not tell in Genesis, in the beginning God created the heaven. Who know that God? What is his name? Where did he come from? They'll say Yahweh. Do we have Yahweh in Africa? So why are we going to start even romancing with stupidity like that? We don't do it. You just tell them, no, sorry, go to Rome or go to Hebrew or wherever, Israel. That is where it is. Let it remain there. You understand? We have a lot of damage. We have a lot of healing to do. To add more problem and telling me of Genesis, God created the heavens and the earth was that for meaning what? Write your own creation because everybody has his own Genesis. Someone will not come and write his own Genesis and now tell me that I should not do away with and demonize my own Genesis and call my Genesis barbaric. It doesn't make any sense. If I cannot see an African man handwriting in that Bible, then it's not meant for us. Let them keep it where it is. And let us manage our own Tinubu that is affecting us. Let us know it's political crisis that we have. We still have our ethnic crisis. They now bring religion crisis. Go and look at the millions at which Papa Deboye is controlling. Go and look at the millions. They want to do roof. You see somebody will tell you how many $1 million and people are dying. And they are controlling. Do you know what it means? If I say in Jesus' name, a lot of people will say amen. If I say somebody shout hallelujah, it's a program. Because they know if they say that word, you always respond. But just call something that has to do with your own tradition and see what will happen. Your tradition doesn't exist. Nobody knows you. The only two things they know Nigeria, they know a religion. Nothing exists in Africa rather than these two things. In African space, none of all these things exist. Your custom is nothing. That's why none of the king can ever speak anything. Because the kings are politicized. How can the voice of a governor bigger than the voice of the king in your own very land? I don't know. So sometimes we just see those things and know that we are badly damaged. Before we can fix anything, let us fix ourselves. I have been cleaning my head from all this nonsense. So hearing it is another additional problem. Now somebody will just sit down and start cajoling us with nonsense. We are petting these things now. Don't worry, by the time I finish with the Obong of Calabar, by the time I do what I want to do, then I will now start doing what I need to do in the churches. When I start to hold Pan-African crusade, that is when they will know that we are serious. Start saying it openly, debunking all this nonsense and breaking all those nonsense statues out of Africa. If we cannot find our idol in their own land, we don't need to find their idol here. How much are they paying to put their 2 bags of cement or 1 bucket of paint? Does those images look like us? It looks like our colonized masters. That's why when we see a white man, we want to worship them. We want to kill our brother just to save a white man. It's not meant so. Let me put F1 because this TikTok and their problem, I'm not ready for it. So please, let's just help them. Just hit them the truth. When you ask them the question, just drop that one. Bring another person that is ready to reason. Not people that's going to affect. We want to heal. There's a lot of damage. 400 years is not beans. It's not beans. I pray that we are going to liberate ourselves from this mental issue. I took it off my head. It's a program. I just deleted Nigeria, deleted religion. When you see me in your church, you pay me.
Does anyone want to come up and have a conversation? Niger atheist, are you a Christian? Niger Atheist, are you a Christian? Which church do you go to?
The Church of Jesus Christ of private jet ministries.
Honestly, this is ridiculous. I mean, why even bother coming up to waste your time? You could have just said in the comments.
You just want to prove to other Christians that he's man enough, is man enough to face panels like this, but actually he has not been able to even face even one question. That's why I just hit him, because I don't waste my time for some certain things. I just say thank you. I think kudos to your Christianity. Keep it up.
My brother Antia, we have to have patience. We have to have patience with our people, because it's not easy for people who have been indoctrinated for a long, long time to,
You can't save that one. No. You can't save him. I have millions here. Most of the Jehovah's Witnesses that comes into I'll just sit them down, give them very cold water, and we start talking. And they say, what you're saying is true too. I know how to talk to them. Instead of them coming to preach to me, I end up preaching to them, and they will give their life to my Christ. At the end of the day,
they give their life
to my Christ. To my Christ. All my street, all of them, they've turned away from those things, and they are embracing.
Are you in Nigeria?
Full time? No, I'm not in Nigeria. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm an ethic man. I'm ethic man and also an oral man. Yes, ethic and oral.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, my dad was from Akwa Ibom State now.
Yeah. Well, you see my sister. Oh, blood is thicker than water. Oh,
but I don't speak the language though.
He does it. That's my problem too. We are all colonized. Don't worry. We accept our colonial mentality. We can use it for good.
It's not about the colonialism. It's that my parents were both from two different countries. So we spoke English in the house because dad could not speak mom's language. Mom could not speak dad's language.
Wow. Welcome. Well, my own. They left the village when they were young, and they went to Lagos and settled down in Delta State. So that's where they breed. So in Delta State, they don't have major language. They only have Pidgin English. So yeah. So I know more of the Pidgin language. I can twist it anyway. Then we now learn English, but I don't. I normally bite my tongue in the dialect because I don't even know it. So yeah.
That means that when we set up our church now, Antioch.
Yes, now you know we've spoken about it now.
We go put some ethic and video vibes inside as well.
Yeah, if I modernize it, you'll love it.
Yeah.
If I modernize it with a very nice phonetics, Enenche, actually look fluent.
Vessel.
Yes.
Me and Auntie are starting a church soon.
I'm the treasurer.
Yeah.
I know, Vessel, you're not treasurer. You are mother in the Lord. What do they call all those the mothers in the church?
Oh, you have the usher. Somebody's the usher. They call Wendy.
We're going to name Vessel Church Mommy.
No, but I have to do the cash now.
No.
Vessel now.
See, if I want to do what Jerry Eze is doing, if I start singing here, do you know that I'm a musical director in Redeemed Christian Church of God up to provincial level? I am a youth leader, so I understand all these things. I'm a minister, so I understand all these things. So what Jerry Eze is doing, what's this man's name? Joseph Salem, I can do what he's doing very well. Very, very well. It's mind control now. It's mind control. They are working on your frequency or your vibration.
I said it yesterday that it's all hypnotism.
Yeah. It's just it. So, but what I want these people to know that they don't need to talk about Jesus. They just be it. Just show it. Let your light shine so that people will see that, yes, I would love to come because of this person. Don't tell me that you're a Christian. If you tell me you're a Christian, you're an hypocrite because somebody saw that life and gave them that name. If I cannot see that light in you and give you the name, then you are not. Don't tell me who you are. Keep it to yourself. Your concept of your God needs to be in your head. Don't bring that nonsense out. Lock it. Like me, I lock my own inside. You understand? Because my God and your God is two different God. Eh? It's two different God. You will not, if you impose your God.
Auntie, sorry to cut you short, but tonight I'm going to have to get some sleep because in the morning we have to get that young man to school. So I have to be up very early. But Catholic wants to talk with me about Enenche. Please, I would like to talk about Enenche because this man is one of the dangerous ones. This guy.
This guy living.
Before you speak, Catholic, hold on. There's a video. It's a video of Paul Enenche. Now you will understand what kind of a wicked man Paul Enenche is. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me find it. Give me a second. I'll get it out now.
All right. You can send some of his video to my inbox. I will do a video regarding to it. I'll counter him and then you can
post that one from today when he was talking about Israel. His mother, he took his mother to Israel. The mother got there and the mother was saying she had many encounters with God over in Israel. And now she doesn't want to come back to a place where he said that place is better for her. That place, what did she say? What did he say? He said that she said, how can she leave the Holy Land and go to all the other dirty places or something like that?
If you can also send it to me in my inbox. I will do a video regarding to it. So when I finish doing the video, I'll post it on my page. Then I'll tag it to it. So you see my response regarding to it. Most of all this thing, anything you guys want, any video, just send it to me. I'll counter them. I'll counter them and I'll post it on my page. You can pick it from my page and do whatever thing. Me, I'm not afraid of anybody.
Okay, please,
you understand?
Listen to him. Some of you might have heard this already. This was his response to Daddy Freeze. That when Daddy Freeze was bothering them. Okay, this was his response. Listen.
I remember that video.
Otherwise, when people the culture of respect is a well-rooted scripture.
Please.
This moment it is imperative to address certain issues for the sake of upcoming generations. Otherwise, when evil is allowed to persist, it will become viewed as good. The culture of respect is a well-rooted scriptural Bible culture. In Acts chapter 23 and in verse 5, when Paul the apostle spoke in a careless way regarding the high priest Ananias, and his attention was drawn, he immediately withdrew his words and apologized. The culture of respect is also a deeply rooted African culture. So strong that in parts of this country, in the West, children prostrate men to greet fathers and elders. Yesterday, a man drew my attention from America regarding a video that was mimicking God's servant Bishop David Oyedepo, posted by the mad dog called Freeze. Mad dog, emphasized. Somebody said, Pastor, why do you call a person a dog? Jesus did that first. He called Herod a wild dog, a fox. I said mad dog because that is spot diagnosis. When you are medical or you study medicine, there's something we call spot diagnosis, where you know a sickness by just looking at the patient without even asking. That is mad behavior. That is schizophrenia, schizophreniform illness. That is mania. That is bipolar disorder. That is attention-seeking psychopathic disorder. A man looking for attention by all means, and doing that by pulling down people who build value over the years. Someone said something, and he said that they called him a bastard. I believe that that title is not less than what it is. Because if that is not the title to be called, when last did you behave like somebody who grew in a home? When last did you behave like somebody whose father gave him any morals, any value? When last did you behave like somebody who knows culture? What did your father teach you growing up? What did you learn as a child? And here you are, wifeless, houseless, jobless. Can't keep a wife, can't keep a job, can't keep nothing. And you are commenting about someone who is speaking concerning marriage, that has been married successfully for 40, close to 40 solid years. When last did the tailor advise a surgeon how to operate? When last did the carpenter tell a senior advocate of Nigeria how to stand in a court to defend the case? What do you know about marriage? Who can't keep a home? What do you know about life and success and destiny? Who is a baggage of moral bankruptcy, a baggage of emptiness of character? Talking about people who you are never up to and will never be up to if they gave you 1,000 lifetimes. If you are in the same class of architecture with Bishop David Oyedepo, ask yourself, where will your position be? That is, if you are able to study such a course. Or if you are in a mathematics class with Pastor E.A. Adeboye, ask yourself, where will you be found in a mathematics class where he did the first degree in mathematics and then applied mathematics in masters? Where will you be? Or in his PhD in hydrodynamics with the Stokes equation specialty. Have you heard of that before? Or where would you be in our anatomy class? In pharmacology, pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics. What do you know about pathogenesis of diseases?
Shut up.
Have you ever heard of such before? What would be your rating in such classes? These are people who would have defeated you from the scratch if you were their age mate. And they will defeat you till tomorrow. Ask yourself this question. How many lifetimes will you need to be able to employ 35,000 people in your organization? That is what Bishop Oyedepo has done successfully and beyond that. How many lifetimes will you need to be able to run 2 universities, world class? Covenant University is among top 500 universities in the world. It's number 4 in Africa and number 1 in Nigeria. What value have you added? What do you have to offer? Other than to stay on the pulpit and speak of what you know nothing about. I advise you, you are already a cursed man. Already. A cursed man by virtue of bankruptcy of everything around you. But you better repent now. Otherwise, Jehovah, whom you have stood against, will deal with you and deal with your lineage. Let me give you a final counsel. Before you talk about married people and talk about people in ministry, go ahead, get yourself a wife, get yourself a family, succeed in the marriage. Then you have any audacity, temerity, or any effrontery to speak further on marriage or on any issue border on life success. Otherwise, you are a colossal, monumental, generational waste of existence. Second advice, since you are so interested in pastoring and in pastors, get yourself a church started from the scratch. Gather 100 people physically and then gather them up to 1,000 and then gather them up to 10,000. And then when you are through with that, pray for their sick, deliver their oppressed, help their widows and orphans, and then run it successfully. then you have an advice to anybody who is in ministry. Otherwise, close your mouth. Close your mouth. Close your irresponsible mouth forever and never to be heard. And for everyone who follow gullibly irresponsible personalities such as these, valueless entities, worthless entities, adding nothing to society, offering nothing, just don't waste your life. Go face your front and do what you need to do to make a mark in your generation. What you attack, you can't attract. What you hate, you can't have. What you like, you don't like, you must lack. Don't waste your life following a vehicle going nowhere. Don't waste your life listening to a man who is speaking on something he has no experience about. Don't waste your life. A caution to you, the curse of the Lord. When the young men spoke against Elisha, and said, bald-headed man of God, bald-headed man of God, the curse of the Lord overran them. The same curse is on you as you hear this. The same curse, except you retrace your step and make amends in the name of Jesus Christ.
Okay, I hope you guys know that nobody, they did not talk to Enenche. No one called his name. The video was not addressed to him, nothing at all. But the man decided that, you talk about my daddy in the Lord, Oyedepo, I'm going to put my mouth in this one. All that rant that you heard was from somebody, a busybody. Nobody called his name. Yeah, but that's our pastors.
But surely that time is the time that they're supposed to be winning souls for the kingdom. He could have done this any other time. Why on the pulpit?
He was standing on the pulpit, pointing his hand as well.
Host, don't send the video to me. I know what to do with it. I will sit down one step at a time. I'm going to talk to him. There's no level. It's an empty threat. Nothing will ever happen.
It's not recent. This was about.
Yeah, this was like 2-3 years ago.
I will bring it to recent. I said I will bring it to recent so that people will let me respond to him recently, because this is when it gets to my ear. I say, sir, I know this video is long, but I need to respond to this. Sir, these are empty threats. You know, as you need to be an example to the people. I don't think, if you know that your hands are pure, I don't think you will respond to videos like this. Let your GO, your papa, respond to the person. Why are you talking? Let me stand and speak for the person. You just say, sir, you in fact, you are just an empty barrel. You are a bulldog without no teeth. Let me tell you. You see that negative word he just said? He just got to your children. If you stand out, I'll stand my altar. Come, I'm going to the shoe right now. I'll call your name there and let me see who has a God.
Wow.
Make I call it, call everything. I will take his name to the east. His deity in his village. His deity in his village.
Anyway, let's go from Casa Lupin so I can go and get some sleep.
No issue. Let me, say we are still pushing. Please, you guys to follow up. We are pushing. We are helping. That's all we care about.
Casa Lupin.
Yeah, you see, this man. I don't want to insult this man, so I will speak. I won't really insult him, Before I finally became an atheist, as they brand us to be, he was the last pastor I worshipped with. I worshipped with this man for 6 years, when his church used to be in Area 1 in Abuja. If you stay in Abuja, you know where Area 1 is. Yeah, that was where his formal headquarters used to be before he moved to this Glory Dawn at Airport Road. So I worshiped with this man. I became a full member for 6 years. But prior to then, I used to, visit the church, come 1 or 2 services, before I fully devoted myself to this man, Paul Enenche. I know how his church operates. I was once there. In fact, I was in the evangelism and house fellowship department, the hospitality department. I was there. I was a full-fledged member. And I thank him for aiding in opening my eyes, because it was the last stage of my where I got to the stage of, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm walking out of this. He was my climax, if I walked away from Christianity and religion. So this man, you see this man's issue, if we start today, we are not going to finish this issue, This man is a documentary, a series, This man has mastered the craft of manipulation. He mastered it very, very well. I will tell you people about what I used to do when I used to be with this man. I remember those days. I will make money. I'll be paid my salary. About 70% of my salary goes to church planting, evangelism, and morning cry. I will buy megaphone, prints. What's that thing that we call it? Handouts. Going from home to home, preaching the gospel, inviting people to come and worship with us at Area 1 and come and hear the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. We used to do house fellowship. So there's a way we do it back then, in an area whereby you come to an area, someone will select his house to be a point of meeting, whereby people that go to Dunamis within that location every Sunday evening will come and worship and pray and kabash for maybe 2-3 hours together, and we disperse to our various locations. I used to be in the hospitality department, whereby serving as an usher, I served in capacity of an usher. I think I even did security at one point. Yes, I did all this. In my mind, the way he taught us, the more involved you are in church activities, the closer you are to heaven. The more chance you have at making heaven. That's the thing about this doctrine and this religion. It soaks you in so much that you forget yourself. You're no longer yourself. You dedicate all your life. I didn't have any leisure time with this man. My schedule was church, work, house, triangular. That was how I was living my life for 6 years under this man. I wasted 6 years of my life believing in this man's doctrine, fellowshipping with this man, abiding by his doctrines of giving. And he took his playbook from Oyadepo and Adeboye. That's why he calls them my grandfather, my daddy, and my big daddy, or whatever he sweet words, endearment names he gives to them. So this man came to Abuja in 1996, and I remember before he came, Abel Damina was one of the pastors. Yes, Abel Damina was actually his mentor. But he fell out with Abel Damina because he felt that Abel Damina was below him. He got to a point whereby he felt, Abel Damina is below me, let me seek for something higher and greater. Then he started sucking up to Oyadepo and Adeboye, just like 10 years ago. And again, I can't forget his wife, Becky. I'll give you people a brief history of how both of them met. So they met when they were in medical school. I think Becky was his junior. I can't remember, they were classmates, but I know they were in the same medical school, same university of Jos to be precise. They were medical students, and then Becky on her own was also doing the kabashing. Initially, Becky's mother didn't even want Paul to marry Becky. Becky's mother was vehemently against the marriage, But as time went on, conviction and so much persuading, even Abel Damina was among those that even went to go and plead on Paul's behalf before the mother finally agreed for the wedding to take place. Paul did not come from a poor family. I have to give him that. He's from a royal family, I think so. Yeah, he's from a royal family in the States. And they are not poor. The dad is well-to-do for their level. So you will not say it's poverty that led this man into whatever he's doing. I think it's just greed, And Becky on her own, Becky's family were also well-to-do. I think Becky's father was one of Paul's lecturers when they were in medical school together. Becky's father is also a doctor, a medical doctor. Before this man ventured into Church of 18, he came and met his mentor. I'm speaking personally because I know this man. I spent 6 years in his church. So he met his mentor, Ebel Damina, and told Ebel Damina that the Lord has called him. Meanwhile, that same period, Paul and his wife were meant to go to the UK for their masters. Ebel Damina told them, okay, why not go to the UK for your masters? After your masters, see whether God is still speaking to you. Paul insisted that God wanted them to start their church that period. This is a man that practiced medicine for 2 years. And even during his period, there were questionable practices about his medical ethics. That there is controversy surrounding his medical ethics, allegedly. I'm not too sure about that one. But I think that was what made him to leave the practice as a whole and use the church as a cover act, So he delved into church, slowly he grew, and I can proudly say that that's big building that you're looking at that will cost almost $80 million to erect the roof. We're one of the people that canvassed for money in our own way. We ran around, we solicited. Sometimes you hear him say, the church did not ask for any money. That's a lie, a big fat lie, because this as someone that was once in the system, we know how that building came to be. The amount of funds that had to be solicited, crowdfunding and all that, And another thing about this man is that he doesn't treat his workers very well. So there are 0.1% of pastors, or rather leaders, that are well fed. The other ones at the bottom chain, they have little or nothing. So before I left, I think he was paying his pastors $50,000 per month. And the system in the churches, in the branches, is whatever money has been collected through tithe and offering remits back to the headquarters. So it's from that headquarters, the headquarters will now pay you your salary. So that is how it worked. So it was not a system whereby in your various branches, whatever your members give to you, you can take out of that and pay your salary or settle your bills. So that is that same greed I'm talking about. The money has to remit back to the headquarters. Then the headquarters accounting department will decide how the money is disbursed to people. So, but for people like me that works under him, we had people that did voluntary services. So I was part of those that were doing the voluntary services. So we had this belief that we are so zealous working for the Lord, we were doing these things free of charge. In fact, we were pumping our own personal money into the projects. You see church planting, maybe they'll say, to plant a church in this facility will cost us about maybe 10 million. You see a lot of us will be selling our things. We'll be selling our things, borrowing money. So we can be proud to say that we invested in this church planting. My reward is in heaven. As you have done this, our Heavenly Father will bless you. He will replenish you. He will bless your post. He will bless your going in and coming out. This was all the things we were hearing. This is manipulation, and we were doing it gracefully. If you see me back then, I swear, I looked like a madman. All my money, my time, I was devoting it to this man and his ministry. And he's such a very proud, pompous, incorrigible person. Paul Enenche believes he's the wisest man in the room. Even when he's wrong, we could see what he did to that lady that finished at Open University that came to give her testimony. Her English wasn't very fluent. You saw how he attacked the lady and said, the Spirit of the Lord told him that the testimony was for it. Still, it came out later to be that, she actually went to school and she read law. But I think because she had stage fright, her English wasn't really fluent. It happens to people, And in that scenario, we were expecting this man to apologize. Paul Enenche never apologized. That is the typical Paul Enenche. He never said sorry to this lady. He just made a video and said, we have resolved. No single apology was issued to this poor lady. This is who he is. He believes that for the fact that you're working in his church, you're coming to his church, he's smarter than you. He only answers to two men in the so-called body of Christ. I might make it three. There's another man called Omar Obai. I don't know if you people know. There's another notorious liar. I don't know if we can do a segment on that man. I'll also speak about him because he's an Igbo man like me. And growing up, I was indoctrinated. My parents, I grew up in a very church. We are so into this church of 18. So I grew around the Omobai and his crusades back then. So he kind of answers to Omobai too. But the two prominent men that only them can call Paul Enenche to order is Oyadebo and Adeboye, who happens to be the two chief con men we have in Nigeria. So he's incorrigible. He doesn't listen. Whatever he says is the rule. Same thing with Becky. And they're a bunch of bullies. If you leave his church, they will start sending people to be monitoring your every move. Making sure that you don't leak their secrets and then you don't snitch on them. I can go on and on about this man, I'm just freestyling and I know my thoughts are scattered and all over the place, but I'll just be picking, this man, I spent 6 years under. Someone you spend 6 years under, you can't just say everything in one night, Same thing with Becky. That one is also a tyrant. Becky does not like to be outdressed. If you have the latest fashion in town, as a lady, Becky would like to have that same thing the next day. And all this same man that is talking, all his children schooled outside Nigeria. Deborah schooled in UK, in London to be precise. She read law. She was my junior in law school also. The other three, the son and the two other daughters he have. I think one has finished medical school. The other two, they're still in medical school. One of his children schooled in Nigeria. And his children, he hid his children from the society, Those poor little kids, they grew around that kind of environment. They don't even have exposure. They're always within a confined space. He doesn't allow his children to exploit themselves and be themselves. I think there was a time that even Becky had an issue with him. Deborah had an issue with him, his first daughter, that he had to lock Deborah inside the house and collect her phones and laptop for a while, So, Afro, I can go on and on about this man. I even remember some days, we'll go for crusades, maybe in Niger State or Nasarawa. Most of those crowds that you see that come for his crusades, they are just church members that, let's say he's having crusade in a nearby village, all of us will come. And you see all those crowds, it would be like, so many crowd came to visit him in his crusade. Majority of the crowd now we be church members where they go there. I remember one night he had a crusade in Nasarawa. Lafayette to be precise. After that crusade, I did not have any money in my bank accounts. Afro, I trekked from Lafayette to Abuja that night. But I was so happy that yes, I'm doing the work of the Lord. God will be unhappy with me seeing my sacrifice, seeing how much I've sacrificed in His vineyard. You know, this is what they indoctrinate into our minds. You know, so I will talk about my last straw of what made me to start deconstructing. Like, I've already started deconstructing though. You know, once in a while, these thoughts will creep into my head. What if I'm doing the wrong thing? So, but he helped me to see the light, you know, the way he behaves, his mannerisms, and some of his doctrines. You know, when he says something and you look at what the Bible is saying, two different things, and you look at the Bible and you ask yourself, as a normal human being with a logical mind, will you allow such a thing to be done to your neighbor? You know, and the way he speaks so arrogantly. So I started to slowly deconstruct. When I stopped going to this man's church, they sent people to come and speak to me. Oh, you're backsliding. You're going to hellfire, brother. Come back to the Lord. Oh, God will be angry with you for what you're doing. Do you want to burn in hell? The usual Christian threats. If you leave, you're not. And there is this particular saying that they say in this man's cult, because for me, all these religious sectors, religious gatherings, they're all a cult to me. There's a saying that they say that when you leave, your life will be worse than it was when you were here. So they believe that when you leave, you will never be yourself again. You know, and that is the threat that they have used to hold a lot of people against their ransom. This threat is a general thing in Christianity, you know. So I had to tell myself the truth and I had to give myself brain. I finally left and they kept coming to my house. Sometimes they would come to preach to me. Tell me to come back to Christ, you know. There are criminals and there is Paul Enenche. Paul Enenche is, if people talk about Jerry Eze, but this man is a dangerous man, you know, and he's ready to go any miles. Allegedly, I even heard, because I'm not really sure of this one, he even uses law enforcement agencies to threaten people. And he uses the power of the courts. You know, I think there's this pastor that used to pastor under him, Abraham. I don't know if you people know about him and his recent predicaments with Paul Enenche. When he was in Dunamis, I know him very well.
Catholic, Abraham himself has been on this page.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's on YouTube. Abraham himself.
Oh, I didn't know you guys know about Abraham.
After he was released, after he was sent,
Abraham.
Before he was taken back there again.
Abraham suffered. You know, Abraham lost his marriage because of this man.
I say I've gone. Look, I've done a video.
I would like to get in touch with Abraham. Abraham will remember who I am. Oh,
I've done a video on his wife and her.
Oh, Abraham lost his marriage because of that man. Abraham, that man tortured Abraham.
He's still torturing him today.
You know, Abraham was in charge of his IT.
Yeah, no, we've done the deep dive. We've done it. Don't worry. Anyway, listen. Yeah, I need to go sleep.
See, Afro, one of these days we need to like run down. I'll go and prepare a proper write-up. Point by point.
Maybe we can do it tomorrow as a continuation. And
yeah, if I'm free tomorrow, I'll let you know. Point by point, we'll highlight everything that this man and his wife, they are tyrants in Abuja.
Becky, that's
yes, Becky Enenche. This man, because Becky Enenche is like his
right hand man
person. Yes. In that church,
You're not allowed to be above Enenche. Enenche comes first, Enenche comes second. The rest of you can scrabble for positions. Don't worry, one of these days we'll have a proper discussion about him, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just leave it for now.
All right. No, we will do it tomorrow, but right now I need to love and leave you all. But we have Vename. Hey, Vename.
Oh wow, this was powerful. Great that you have someone that knows these people.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Oh, you're doing a fantastic job.
Oh, Venna, thank you.
You are anointed and appointed. Yes. Oh, nothing but admiration, love, and more power to you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm listening now.
Thank you. No, it's I was just about to leave because I need to try and get some sleep. I got a very early start in the morning. So everyone, listen, I know you all want us to continue, but don't worry, we'll be back again tomorrow. And tomorrow we can stay a bit longer tomorrow. All right, folks, everyone, you all take care of yourselves. Good night.